thought we'd do it on the avenue.
Waas, Sappening.
All right, we're back. SeunevA's back one more time. Again, I'm Tim, followed by my primo Michael.
What's up? What's up?
You know Jeffro.
What's crapping in?
And the metal himself, Big George.
Órale.
Right, George. Quick question: your brother get back to the island okay?
On a what you call it, ironing board. Went all
Right.
the way back.
Right. Well, hey, last week we had George's brother sit in, Chris, and then because Jeffrey was on vacationing.
I was on holiday. That's what we call it in my country.
I do. So, tell us about your holiday. Where'd you go? What you do? Who'd you see? What'd you take pictures of?
1 weekend I was in Las Vegas. It was my goddaughter's 21st birthday. So Nino had to go over there and turn up with the youngsters.
Did they invite you? Or did you invite yourself?
Oh, I was invited. I was on top of the list.
You went to the Down Under show.
Yeah.
How was the show?
Yeah. Come on.
No, there was none of that going on.
Yeah. The men were at work.
So, yeah, it was my goddaughter's 21st birthday.
Right. Happy birthday to her.
Yeah. And had a good time. Stayed at the Luxor. Luxor has like a ton of bad reviews. It's apparently haunted, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't see any ghosts.
Haunted by sin, baby.
Haunted
All
by
of Vegas.
sin, no bed bugs,
That's
no
okay.
rashes. Everything's all good, dude.
It did its job. It did its job.
That's what the
right?
ghost is there for.
Yeah, I don't have piojos. I'm good.
Not yet.
Crabs, no crabs.
Right on. You put any money?
You know what? I did. I didn't gamble traditionally. I usually shoot craps, but I never bet on the sports books. But UFC, I don't know where it was. It was somewhere else in another country. So UFC was airing like at 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
Probably in
And,
Europe somewhere then.
Yeah, so I bet on some UFC fights and I won some money.
Nice.
What
doing that.
Right on. Hell yeah.
Then the following weekend was came back and then kind of just went up north and downshifted gears and
Because you were in trouble. Let's call it like it is. You were in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So you went to Vegas solo.
I went to Vegas solo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With a bunch of 20-year-old chicks. You're in trouble. Dude. There ain't no doubt about it, bro.
My comadre was there and her husband. So, but anyway, so then the following weekend,
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I get it, bro.
so then the following weekend went up to Munns Park. Friend of mine, his family has a cabin up there. Went up, try to cool off, stay cool. Just
Would you go up there?
chill and
just
grill?
to go up there?
Yeah,
He was in trouble. Didn't you hear me earlier?
Oh, that's right.
chill and grill. Sit on the porch, drink some beer, walk over to Borrachos, the bar over there in Munns Park, and
Very nice.
good times, man. Just wind down and try to keep cool and beat the heat.
Well, welcome back, man. We missed you. We missed
Yeah,
you.
welcome back.
Yeah,
man.
welcome back, dude. Cheers.
Hell
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers.
Grazie.
Thanks for coming through.
Cheers.
Long distance.
Right on, Jeffro.
And now he wants mariscos.
Now he wants.
Hey, you know what? I've been craving mariscos, man.
Yeah?
Big time.
Aphrodisiac, huh?
Yeah.
Got labios like a pescado.
And then you know what? Talking about aphrodisiacs, they say the on the sandia, the rind, the white part is an aphrodisiac.
I never heard no shit like that, dude.
Dude, look it up.
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
Hey, so what?
I bought me a couple sandias over the weekend. Let's just leave it at that.
Spitting all kinds of seeds and shit.
Nah, he cut the sandia. Just started eating.
Yeah, just starting the white part and shit.
Throw away all the good shit.
Yeah, all the good shit. On 4th of July, throw in all the good shit.
So did it work?
Don't kiss and tell.
She's gonna need a wheelchair.
Hell
So
yeah.
it does work, is what you're saying. What about cantaloupe?
30% of the time, it works every time.
Right? Right? Hey, well, right on. Welcome back. Like I said, we missed you.
Thank you.
Today, guys, we have a special guest. We got El Capitan here, Phoenix Fire Captain Greg Waas. Welcome, sir.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Yeah.
What's going on?
There we
Thanks for
go.
having me, man.
I dig the Firefighter shirt, the Maryville's favorite firehouse, the west side there. Tight. There you go. Oh, and our unpaid intern, he's
there's
back.
No round of applause over there.
Yeah, give him a round of applause. We're not.
There you go. There you go. He deserves that.
Gregory, is that where you're stationed at right now? Or
No, this is Station 44. It's right there on 71st and McDowell.
All right.
I used to work there.
okay, where are you stationed at right now? Do you know?
I'm over here on 65th Avenue in Buckeye.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Station 59, but I'm on engine 34.
Okay.
Engine and rescue 34.
Well, hang on. Let me back up a little bit.
No. Hey.
You're a homie of these guys.
Yeah.
Right?
yes. Born and raised.
So
man. Grew up together.
we'll start
Yep.
from the basics, right?
Yep. And even a longer, deeper history than that. His mother is actually our aunt, our Tia Delia's good friend.
Oh, no kidding!
Wow.
Best
Right
friends
on, man.
Coming up as well.
Yeah.
So,
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
our parents all
grandparents
grew up together.
Yep. Parents grew up together. His grandparents actually lived right here in the neighborhood as well. So we have a long, deep history of family ties and relationship with.
Very nice. Very
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome, man. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
And
you guys, man. Appreciate it. Been looking forward to coming on this thing.
Hell
So this
Watching
is
it on YouTube.
be careful what you want. Be careful what you wish for.
so this is Captain Greg of the Phoenix Fire Department.
Yes, sir. In fact, I was listening to an interview you did, and you were talking about the bomberos, and you talked about the kids, trying to become firemen.
Yeah.
And the ladies, fire women. And I really liked your analogy where you said that you give them a tool bag and they put tools in their bag, and then when it comes time to the interview, they pull these tools out, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was very cool.
That was a good friend of mine. He's got a podcast that he does. He invited me on there. It was cool. Just sit back and talk about what we do on the job and stuff.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Is excellent story. And correct me if I'm wrong. After you broke away from these knuckleheads, then you got a job for the city, right? And you were driving the garbage truck, right?
Hold on. Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
for it.
let's talk about
Where you grew up?
where you grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born and raised here in the neighborhood, man. We lived on 41st Avenue in Cambridge. So you guys know the Phoenix Manor right there. Right across the street. Our house faced the manor. So went to PT Co. That was right down the street. PT Co. Cobras. You know what I mean?
Let's give it up for the Cobras. Cobra Company intern.
Butler Bulldogs.
Home of the Gladiators. That's where the hood started, man. Come on. So, grew up right there. Went to Isaac. Graduated from Carl Hayden in 94. Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
What's Isaac's mascot?
Cougars.
Cougar.
Isaac Cougars. All right.
Yeah.
I know a couple Cougars that are.
So
Back in the day, it just used to be 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah,
Then it switched. Didn't it switch?
I remember when it was a
Has it
junior high
switched?
only, actually.
Yeah, then they started
Yeah.
doing like 6.
Six.
yeah, I think
Middle
it was like 6,
school,
7.
calling it
Really?
middle school or
Yeah.
Oh, it was better when it was 7th and 8th.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it was
was.
just-
That's when I
We-
started discovering the girls at 7th and
Yeah.
8th grade.
1st through 6th.
You're a late
elementary at
bloomer.
Poe, and then you went to Isaac for 7th and 8th, and then
Right.
Carl Hayden.
Yeah, that's how it was with us, too.
So in addition to that, so me and his brother are the same age, and him and I started 7th grade. Known him since 7th grade.
T-Dog.
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 Dog, nice.
Where you at, T-Dog?
Hey, man, you guys got to get that fool on here.
That's funny.
Yeah, you want to fight everybody.
So let's talk about that. So you graduated in 94.
But wait.
Oh.
When he went to Carl Hayden, he used to play hoop.
Oh, yes. He was the one
Oh,
of
we're
the
going
only
way back. All right.
one of
Yeah,
the
I was a
only
baller, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever get off the bench?
I did every once
Okay.
in a while, man.
All
I'll
right.
tell you what, man. Carl Hayden was known for basketball.
Yeah, we were.
Right? It was a basketball school. Football,
Yeah, we sucked.
everybody was at the park hanging out.
Yeah, they had like the
No, who were
longest
who?
losing streak in the
Yeah.
nation at one point.
Coach Rhymes. Coach
Football
Rhymes was a
or
good coach.
football?
No football.
They didn't have soccer back then.
Yeah, no,
there
yeah.
wasn't no soccer back then. But all the athletes, man, we had some good athletes in the neighborhood, man. But everybody was too busy hanging out and
Hanging out, yeah.
getting in trouble and stuff. But basketball was the sport at Carl Hayden.
And-
Coach Rhymes used to bring all his nephews, and he used to recruit. So
I remember that. I'm from Glendale, so like
Yeah.
I always thought like Carl Hayden, would be good at like soccer. I didn't know they didn't
Yeah,
have
they
soccer.
didn't have
We did have soccer.
Beforehand.
you guys had soccer?
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
And
played. I
then-
played soccer.
Oh shit, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
we did have soccer.
All right.
It was,
Soccer actually started my freshman year.
Yeah.
My freshman. I'm older than you guys, so my freshman year is when soccer came back again. It was there.
I didn't even
It
know
went
that.
away. Then they brought it back. My freshman year was the first time I played.
And then so like when it came to basketball, like when in your guys' era, because I'm younger. When I got into high school, it was still strong over there at Carl Hayden. I
Oh,
tripped
yeah.
out on that. I had no idea that it was that strong that long. You know what I
So I
mean?
played. I played starting my sophomore year, and I played all the way up to my senior year, and didn't get a lot of playing time, man, because Coach Rhymes, he had the brothers. The only brothers at the school were on the basketball team. Pretty
Yep.
much.
That's exactly what I told.
That's
I
what it
tell
was.
people. Yeah.
He recruited, so his nephews, and then we had the Brown brothers, good people, man. Gerald Brown, Keytrick, and his brothers. They're ballers.
Yeah.
Gerald Brown used to play for the Suns. For a
Gerald
little
went to the NBA.
Oh, dude, I remember that.
bit.
I remember that.
Downtown Gerald Brown.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, with the what's it? Yamas, what's his name? Didn't they play on the same team?
Alexi Lamas.
No, Llamas.
Horacio?
Horacio, yeah.
He was from Mexico.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
they were on the Suns. I think they got drafted the same year together.
Oh yeah, they probably did.
Yep.
Yeah, the same area.
Yep, I remember that.
So, but I was on the JV team, and we used to practice because Gerald Brown and them, they won state in '93, and so I was on JV at the time, and those guys were varsity, and they would put us up. Man, they used to dunk on us and beat us up, man. And we were
Gerald
just there.
Brown-
We were
Gerald
just there to
Brown
get
bad.
worked. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
get them-
practice.
Yeah, yeah.
The coach used to tell them, get in there and hit them and do it. You know what I mean? Because they were going to ball on us, but they just wanted us to be rough with them.
To
they
grind
got
on
us-
them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
grind.
Give him a little physical.
But I played a little bit. You know what I mean?
No, I remember.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
30 seconds left in the game, they pull us off the bench.
Up by 30. 30 seconds, up
come
by
on,
30.
coach. We're up by 40. Let's get a little time.
Yeah, hit a shot. Hey, man, come be cool.
Yeah, you know what? And then so my senior year I played, and there was a few of us, you know, Raza on the team, and there was a few of us there was probably like 3 or 4 of us. We just stepped away. I played for a little bit senior year, and I was like, I'm done with this, man.
Let me ask this though, because me being from another neighborhood, I would come over here, you know, to visit my cousins and stuff in the neighborhood. So like, was it a magnet program
for
for like all the guys that played ball, or did they live like in the
man,
neighborhood
they
and stuff
used to
like
come
that?
from the south side. Rhymes they would ship them in from the south side
Yeah.
or whatever.
But
The Browns lived in the neighborhood. The Browns lived on Encano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lived right there, just east of like they were like 42nd Avenue in Encano.
Gotcha.
Joe Brown. There was like 5 brothers.
Yeah, because
The twins.
The twins.
Marcos Zuniza High School, I went there a bit freshman and sophomore year in high school because they recruited 4 of us from the west side. Me from Glendale, 2 from Maryville, Frankie Sines, Ronnie Stafford, and then Richard Fiembers from Tolleson. And so they even got us a car. So we used to make that commute. Back then, recruiting was like okay, and we used our home addresses, but there was like some like special program where you can do that. So I wasn't sure if they
I don't know
if
how
they
they-
were like on the same.
They might have worked
program or
that out,
something,
something like that too, because there was the magnet program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
dude,
went
even
on
in
at
them
Phoenix
days, man,
City.
all you needed was like a damn water bill or something said you lived there or something. You know what I mean?
They were
No,
probably
but-
all registered at the Brown residence.
But I lived
Yeah.
in Glendale.
Took
but I
your
lived
30
in
far
Glendale.
away?
Went to a Tempe school. Is
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Frankie and Ronnie, they had Maryville addresses. Richard had a Tolleson address, and we all went to school in Tempe.
I hear you.
So it was, I don't know. I was just wondering if it was that kind of deal.
It was good, man. It was fun. Lonnie was on the team.
So, Greg,
Actually, my primo Lani, his dad used to bus around the Browns everywhere. So everywhere the Browns went, my tío Lani and little Lani went all the time.
They're
Yeah.
ballers, man. Lonnie was good. We had some good ball players, man.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
took
Lonnie was
state in
good.
'93.
I want to
Yeah,
go
we
back
did.
to something he said though, because I tell that to people all the time, man. Our neighborhood, we had great athletes, man, with like wasted talent.
yeah,
Wasted
but
talent,
that's what
bro.
they say. The best talent, athletic talent, well, probably music too, wasted. They're in the streets.
Wasted.
Yeah, man.
They were at Falcon Park after school. Instead of going to practice, they were hanging out.
Yep, God
You know what I
gifted.
mean? Across
God,
the
you're
street.
blessed. God gifted, and they waste it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good
I mean,
ballers,
That's
man.
a lot of neighborhoods, man.
Remember Paul?
Yeah, dude.
Paul was
Paul
an excellent ball player,
Yes,
man.
yes, he was.
Not as good as me.
Oh, George says he's the best baseball player to ever live in the world.
Oh yeah, he was.
I play with ball, Paul.
Say that again.
I play ball with
but slow.
All the guys from the neighborhood, man.
our whole team.
Baseball, football. Man, they could have played it. You know.
They could have.
That little team we had back then and back in the days, we were bad motherfuckers, dude. And
I
Paul was part of it.
Yeah.
And man, I wouldn't say much more than that, man. A lot of probably like the whole crew right there, bad motherfuckers. But then we got caught up doing other shit,
Yeah,
you know,
just
going
hanging
this
out.
way, going that way.
Yeah,
Chicks,
hanging out.
drugs.
You know what it's called? It's called having fun, and then the fun spins out of control, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's what it is. It's having fun, social life, everything, and then it gets
You
out
lose,
of
you lose
control.
track of what your priorities are.
Michael, you got to get off the bench to know what that's about.
Oh, here we go. This guy.
He can't swim.
Sorry, Neil. Sorry, Neil. He's your hero, but I'm sorry.
So, Greg, on a court, what would be your go-to move?
I was kind of a big, so I was a post-up guy. You know what I mean?
You'll see in the picture we took
Yeah, we
earlier.
took a picture. Yeah, no kidding.
You used to see him posted up at the bars and the clubs too.
I told you too. I said he's a
you found
pretty
some-
big guy, so be ready.
I was tall. I wasn't big. I was skinny back in the
Yeah,
day.
you were. Yeah, but you were tall.
So they call me Slank.
What
I
did
thought
you
it was
say?
Peanut.
Hey, back in the days, would you drive around? What was your ride? I know you had a ride back then.
76 Buick Riviera.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
my dad's car. My dad bought that in 77, brand new.
Do you still have it?
76. No, we had it forever. My brother
He had
drove
it
it.
forever. I remember that.
My brother used
Yes.
to drive. Remember when my brother used to drive it?
Yes, I
And then
know.
it passed on to me, and it was just an old 76
clean.
years
I
old.
love machine, and I don't.
You know, I
want
used to put a big old heavy box in the back. You know what I mean? Just so it would drop a little bit.
Bunch
Yeah,
of bricks
it
and
was
shit.
clean. I wish you guys still had it.
I wish I
just
did too.
throw
I look
Mortals
back
in
now and
the
I
back.
wish I had it, man. But it
Yes.
was a beast, man. It had like a 490 in it.
Yeah, gas guzzler, carburetor.
Man, get all the homies in there, but everybody had dropped $2 just so we can get gas.
That's a
And we
big
couldn't
motor,
go far
bro.
just around the
Who's got
neighborhood.
chip in? Who's got chip in?
car.
That's a big motor, dude.
Oh, it's a big. It was a big.
Yeah, it was a
We did a
nice car.
donut one year on. We were coming back. We were trying to get back to the house. It was New Year's Eve, and we were coming from my primo's house, and my partner was driving because I was a little tore up, and we're coming down Thomas to 41st Avenue, and he hit the corner, man, and we did a donut in that thing. I was like,
You hear the brick slamming in the back.
we're full of homies. We were like, man, that was crazy.
The speaker box
big
fucking
car.
shifted.
And we ran out of gas. Used all my gas doing a donut and shit.
Yeah, easy on the gas pedal.
So you play hoop. You graduate in '94.
Graduate '94.
What happens then?
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing, man. Literally nothing. I graduated in '94. I didn't do shit for about 2 years, man. I was a little lost back then.
Jerry Springer.
honestly,
Like a
but-
lot of,
Jerry
like a
Springer.
lot of us.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Young man trying to find his
yeah.
way.
My mom and dad got divorced when I was young in high school, and I have an older brother, and we were hanging out in the neighborhood.
Yep.
And we just weren't doing anything, man.
Right.
We were just kicking it, working little jobs at the warehouse just to get enough money to party on the weekends.
Put gas in
Yeah.
that Buick.
Good gas in the Buick, man. And, we get what we needed to party all weekend, and didn't do nothing, man. You know what I mean? My mom was living with. She had a boyfriend at the time, and we had the house, which was crazy. You know what I mean? Me and my
Yeah, I
brother
bet.
had the house to ourselves for a couple of years.
We
man.
partied
Right
at
around
that house
time.
a lot of times. I remember those parties back then.
Yeah, it was just nonsense, bro. So it was literally nothing from like '94. I got on with the city in '96 as a temp. Mm-hmm. It was with the Graffiti Busters. You guys remember the Graffiti Busters?
Yeah.
It was through a temp service, and it was me, my brother, my primo Mario, Buddy. Remember Buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy. Yeah.
Buddy, and my partner Pee Wee. Like we went through this temp agency. We got hooked over there. There used to be on Central and Broadway. There was this old bank. City of Phoenix used to run the Graffiti Busters out of there. And we would go there and just work. You know what I mean?
What's
And-
funny is you probably knew all the guys that were spray painting and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
we would just go. We'd hit everybody else in the neighborhood except for ours.
Yeah, exactly. let those burn, huh? Let those burn.
Yeah, we just that's how I kind of got my foot in the door, and we would just work, man. But we were still knuckleheads. Like we were getting high on the way to work. You know what I mean? We were just temps, you know.
Yeah, you didn't care.
But it was good. We worked and we just cruised around there. I felt like
Having
a city
fun,
worker,
bro.
just having fun. You know what I mean? And then that was '96. They fired everybody, but the supervisor pulled me in. His name was Lewis Pete. And he's like, "Hey man, you like working here?" I was like, "Yeah, Mr. Pete, it's good. You know, I like it." He goes, "I've been watching you. You seem like a good worker." He goes, I'll hire you on if you want to stay."
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, I want to stay." He goes, "I'm just letting you know right now. Everybody else is gone."
Oh,
And I
damn.
was like, "You could do what you gotta do." You know, I wanted to work, so yeah, they fired everybody else. You know what I mean? They
It's
got rid
good
of
to be the
everybody.
tallest one.
So that was my foot in the door with the city of Phoenix.
Okay, so at that moment when he does that, at that age, in that mind,
So you're about what? Hang on, about 18?
Yeah, that was '96, so I was like 18, 19. Yeah.
Okay.
do you recognize that as an opportunity, or are you just going with the flow? Like, I'll just stick it out.
No, I recognize it as an opportunity because, yeah, you know, it's weird, man. And I tell people this. I've told this story before. Is like growing up in the neighborhood. You grew up in the barrio. Like if you were a city worker, it's like you made it.
Yeah, right,
For a lot of people, you know what I mean. You know, and I had dudes from the neighborhood. You know, they were like, "That's a good job, man.
Yes.
Don't mess that up." You know what I mean? Like,
Everybody,
go home. You know what I
everybody
mean?
wanted to work for the city.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So if you worked for the city of Phoenix, you know, because we had what deals, we had my,
Yeah.
you know, my suegro worked for years, you know, just family members. If you worked for the city of Phoenix, it's like you made it. So
Yeah.
I recognize that.
Well-
Well, that was my opportunity, and I used it, bro. To be honest with you, I used it. I used
Smart
it as
man.
an excuse to be like, I gotta go, man, because you know we would do 2-3 days in the hood right there. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
But that was my excuse to go home because man, I gotta go to work. It's Monday, it's Sunday night. I'm not finishing.
I
this
need
cake.
these
I gotta go.
benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And a lot of times homie can be your worst enemy, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Hang out, dude.
Yeah,
hang
yeah.
out. And you're smart to recognize it.
So that was my opportunity. So I did your question. I did recognize it. That was my opportunity because that was you know, now we're talking what 96, and you guys know
Yeah.
the late 90s and everything that we were going through in the neighborhood. You know, we talked about Paul and everybody.
Yeah.
From 93 to 96. You know what I mean? We lost like 6, 7 guys from the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Homies from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know
It was
what I mean?
a
They were
crazy
just,
time.
everybody's dying. You know what I mean? Getting shot. People are getting killed. My brother got shot twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, my primo, you know, and that was in the neighborhood. And then when I used to hang out with my primo, he lived off of 48th Lane. That's where he lived at. So we would hang out over there, and we had some partners that lived there. They weren't Wedgewooders or nothing, but we would hang out over there, and then we'd hang out in the neighborhood. But there was nothing going on, man.
Yeah.
It
There
just
was nothing going
nothing
on
going
but
on.
trouble.
Bored,
But
man.
trouble.
That's it. dude.
And Wedgewood was another neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Idle
fair
hands
on
are the
both
hands of the
sides.
devil, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, it was. And like you said, yeah, the city was a place to be. So many people around here always wanted to try to get on with the city. And it seemed like back then a little bit, it was a little harder to get on. But like
Yeah.
Tim's father, which is my uncle, he retired from the city.
Yeah.
My father retired from the city. George's dad retired from the city.
My dad retired from the city.
Yeah.
You know, my suegro retired from the city. My sister, a bunch of city workers.
Yeah, we had a bunch of city workers,
Yeah.
right?
I got hired and fired with the city before I even started.
He got hired and fired with the city.
That's a different story, just a different time. though.
Different story for another story for another time.
Yeah.
So that was
Hell yeah.
That was kind of the start. So
So he tells you, "Hey, I'm going to keep you on. The other guy's got to go," and you're like,
Gotta
"Okay,
go.
I'll do it." So then you continue with Graffiti Busters.
yeah,
And then
I worked for them for like another year or so, and then I got on part time with senior services. So I just went to another department. I was like a laborer for the senior centers. I deliver stuff and mail.
And you're
then
still
go
with
help
the
them set up.
city. This is not with the temp agency.
No, I got on. So I went from the temp
As a
agency
permanent.
to a,
Yeah.
to a part-time employee with the city.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why I went. So then from there, you know, I'm with Fire now. Fire is the 6th department that I've been with within the city of Phoenix.
right. Okay, so take us through.
Yeah.
So you go to senior.
Go to senior center. So I was a laborer, and then my mom had a good friend of hers. They went to high school. I'm sure your parents all know him. His name was Beaver.
Yeah.
He graduated from Carl Hayden. He was a foreman for the water department. And so I told my mom, I said, call Beaver and see if the water department's hiring. So she called him. He's like, tell him, get on this list. You know how I work. Get on that list, and then I'll pull him for an interview. So he did. He hooked me up.
Nice.
And then I got on full time with the water department in 98.
And you worked how long with the water?
I was with water for like 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're on with water. Do you already have your eyes set? Like, I want to go to the fire department?
No.
No, not even on the radar.
Not even on the radar, bro.
Not even close, right?
even
You're just
close,
chilling.
bro.
I got a job.
I'm a city employee. I'm a city employee. That's all I know.
You're
I'm gonna try to
rich.
work my way up through the city.
I made it.
Yeah, I made it.
I made it.
Yeah.
I got 401k. I got 401k.
Yeah, I got benefits. I go to Denny's.
I got kids on the way.
Show a clip of his teeth. Look, that shit's good.
Yeah, don't tell my that she gets mad because the dentist always talks about my teeth.
we'll readdress that a little bit.
We'll edit that out, Maria.
Hey, so I would imagine when you're working part-time for the city, it's still a little hard to make ends meet on part-time, right? But you stuck with
yeah,
it,
yeah,
Stick to itness.
right?
yeah. You know, I was still living at home. This is what 96, 97. You know, I got on working part-time, and that's around the same time I got on with me and Maria got back together. We got together and we were dating and stuff, and then got on with the water department full-time.
Right on.
We were dating, and we ended up getting married. We got married in 98. Me and Maria.
Maria's your wife.
Maria's my wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me and Maria, and we got married in 98, and just before we got married, I was full-time with the water department.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just to give you a little background too, his wife Maria is my sister Erica's
Barracus.
best friend from elementary school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Keep her name out the streets.
And they grew up right here. They grew
grew-
up on
yep.
38th and Taylor, you know what I mean? Right
Yep.
there in the neighborhood.
So everybody's from pretty much right here where we're at.
Yeah, no. I think it's a great story, man. I think it's
And what's
a great
crazy now is Maria and Greg are now like the Kennedys of our area now.
Yes, they are.
They are.
I recognize the overbite. I'm just fucking around.
Speaking about the dentist.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So now you're working full time for Streets.
for for water.
Water.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. And then what happened?
We got married in '98, working for the water department. We moved out, bought a house out in Glendale. That was our first house that we bought.
Holla. See? That's where it's at.
Yeah, 53rd and Choya right there. Bought a house right there.
I'm in downtown Glendale, but I dig.
Just working and just, I knew I was going to be a city worker. That's all I was doing.
Right.
But I was still trying to move up, you know what I mean? And then my comadre, Maria's a really good friend. She started dating this dude, Anthony, and he was working for trash, for the garbage. Okay. You know what I mean? And so I met him through her, and then we got close, and and then we were really good friends. And that was, so from garbage, and then I went to streets department for a little bit. Again, another promotion. I was just trying to make money, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I was starting to have kids in 2001. I
Had overhead.
Yeah. I had a kid. We bought a house. We moved back to Avondale because Maria's mom and dad, her brother and them, they talked to them. They moved out of the neighborhood and they went out to like Garden Lakes area.
Right.
So
Okay.
they moved out on that side in Avondale.
Right.
So everybody was kind of moving out that way, you know what I mean? So we moved from Glendale. We bought a house, got a house built out in like 105th and Monte Vista,
Right.
out in Avondale. So she was pregnant with my firstborn, and Anthony, my compadre, he was starting to test with the fire department. And then I had another partner that I was working for. All of a sudden I had these couple of little people in my life that were starting to test with the fire department, and they were starting to throw that little nugget out at me. You know what I mean? Hey, let's go take this test, man. The fire department's hiring. And I was like, fire department? I had no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey.
It never crossed my mind. It's funny because I grew up across the street from the fire station.
Yeah. You
Station
guys
24 is on 43rd Avenue in Glen Rosa, and I live right across the street.
Subconsciously, it was already in there.
Well, I've told this story too. Is I have no memory, man. I could think back. I have no memory of the fire station being there, of the fire department. You know, some people are like, oh, I want to be a fire department.
Yeah.
Since I was a little kid, never on my radar. Never thought about it. I don't remember the truck pulling out. I don't remember hearing the sirens, and I lived across the street.
Yeah.
I was
Good sleeper.
I was interested in the hood. You know what I mean? That was that was my radar.
That was like birds tweeting. Like, you know what I
it was
mean?
just-
You don't even pay attention
don't
to
even
it. You
pay
hear the
attention to
sirens
it.
and shit. It's
Not until I had some
get it.
people get into my life and they started throwing that out there, and then I was like, okay. So then I started testing. I started testing in about 2001. I started testing for the fire department.
Okay.
All right, well, hang on. We're gonna take a little break because we're gonna come back next segment. We're gonna hit on this one hard because we're running a little bit out of time.
Okay.
Take a little bit of break.
Beer break, piss break.
Piss break.
All of the
halftime.
above.
Just halftime.
So firefighter Puga's pulling the tire, and that just simulates, it's a workout for us, but it simulates us pulling hand lines on the fire ground. So when those hose lines are charged and they're heavy, they're heavy because they're full of water. So we drag tires. It's a workout for us, but it simulates work that we do on the fire ground, pulling heavy lines when we're going to fight the fires. Over in the corner, we have, again, firefighter Puga is simulating a pike pole prop. So when we go inside of a house fire, on the inside, the ceiling is all drywall. Well, the biggest thing for us as firefighters is we always want to make sure that there's no fire up above us. So when we go inside of a fire, inside of a house fire, one of the first things that we do is we have a tool called a pike pole. It's a skinny pole with a metal hook on the end, and we'll punch through the drywall inside the house and make a hole so that we can get a look up there to make sure that there's no fire up above us. So we do that right as soon as we come in the door. We want to make sure there's no fire in the attic. And as we make our way through the house, and like say the fire's in the back bedroom, we get back to that back bedroom and we just periodically will pop a hole in the ceiling to make sure that there's no fire up above us. If it's an attic fire, once we do get in the house and we get some water up there through one of those holes and get that fire converted, a lot of times we have to pull all that drywall off of the ceiling so that we can spray plenty of water up there to make sure that that fire is completely out. The other prop that we have is a big tire prop, and that's just, again, it's a workout for us, but it's simulating us on the fire ground swinging a sledgehammer. So we'll use sledgehammers on the fire ground to breach and break, so break through doors. Sometimes we have to get into car fires, so we'll have to put some of our tools inside the door and hit it with a sledgehammer so that we can get inside. Sometimes we have to punch through block walls to make access into a building, or in worst case scenarios, we do that type of workout and that exercise because if we're ever trapped inside of a house or inside of a building, like a commercial building, and we're actually stuck, and if we have the right tools, like a sledgehammer, if we have to, we'll punch through that wall, whether it's block or wood construction and drywall, and we'll punch through there just so we can get out of there and escape and save ourselves. It's called saving your own. So those are the three, yeah.
Hey, we're back from break. Everybody urinated. Everybody's feeling better. But now we're going to get back to the story. Greg, you're working for the city. You work for the street department, right?
Yeah.
And then people are dropping nuggets about the fire department, right? You're going to test out. Take, what?
Yeah.
Take us
Work
on.
for the street.
Hold on. What the fuck did you just say right now, dude?
Exactly.
Greg, you're on.
Stuttering John.
Stuttering Stanley. Hey, unpaid intern. Put some subtitles underneath that shit. Anyway, carry on.
Greg, you're up. Don't listen to this dude.
Where we at? Streets department. Yeah, I was working for the streets department. Had a couple partners that were testing. So my compadre got me a job. He just went over to sanitation, so garbage truck drivers.
Right.
So they were hiring too. So that was always my goal, man. You know what I mean? Like promote, make some more money,
Make some
right?
more
I had a
money.
little family.
Cover
I'm trying to
overhead.
make money, yeah. So I got on with garbage. So I was driving a garbage. I drove a garbage truck for like 5 years. And so my compadre, and then my other partner that I was working with in water, he was testing, and it just started going, man. They just invited me to start taking the test, and it's a hard process, man. I tested for 5 years. So I started in 2001. I didn't get hired till 06. So I tested every year. So it's a hard process to go through.
So walk me through the testing process.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that involve?
So you take you go down and city puts out an announcement, we're hiring for firefighter recruits. You go down, you take the test. Once you take the test, you get your written score, and then depending on what you score, you get categorized, right? From 100 at the top, and then it goes down, and they make a cutoff. If you don't make this certain number, like 60, whatever, you didn't pass the test. And then they break it up into groups, and they'll take like from 90 to 100, and that's the first group. And then you get a first round interview, and then you get a second round interview. And then
Is it a panel interview?
Yeah, they're panel interviews.
Okay.
So it's you sitting in front of
Intimidating.
Oh yeah, it's tough, man.
I bet.
The first round interview, you're sitting in front of captain, a couple firefighters, and then somebody from the city. And then if you make it to a second round interview, you actually sit in front of chiefs. So you sit in front of deputy chief, battalion chief, and then a captain who is union captain, union representative. So it's a hard process, you know. And then so if you get past your second round interview, you get hired. You get hired and you get sent to the academy. If you don't get past your second round interview, you will get put on a list.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Then they say there's always a chance that they can go back to that list and pull people and either give you a third round interview or just hire you. You know what I mean? So
did you make the list since you did it for 5 years?
I did it for 5 years. First year I took the test. I scored good. I'll back up a little bit. Part of that process too was they call it a CPAT. It's a candidate physical ability test. So it's a physical agility test. The city used to do it at the time. They used to host it. So we would go down to the Civic Plaza down at the bottom of the basement, and they had this big old obstacle course set up, and you had to run through that obstacle course and shit, man. And it was an ass kicker and shit, man. But you had to do it within a certain amount of time, and then you pass. So back then it was take the written test. If you passed the written test, you got invited to a CPAT. If you went to the CPAT, if you passed your CPAT, then you went on with your scores onto the interview process.
The second
If you
round.
didn't pass your CPAT, you're done. See you next year. Right?
Okay, but you're not automatically disqualified. You just get back in line.
No, you're disqualified. You like you got to go next year. You got to start the whole thing over.
Start the process over.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take the written test and everything.
So at this time, how old are you? What's your age?
20. I got hired when I was 30 in 06, so I was 25, 24, 25.
When you started the
When
process.
I started, yeah.
Start this
Let,
process.
let me ask you this. So, City of Phoenix, there's so many different like branches, there's so many different lanes, avenues that you can take.
Yeah.
What made you want to go towards the fire department? Because you had to study, you know, you had to pull up the books and stuff and study, right?
Yeah.
So what made you want to do that instead of pull out the books and maybe go back, take some college
Keep
courses,
promoting, as you
Yeah.
said.
and then go to a different department within the city? What made you want to go?
That's
to
a
the
good
fire
question.
department?
So the determining factor is like I told you before, the fire department was never on my radar. I didn't know anything about the fire department, never thought about it. Just knew that I was going to try to work my way up through the city.
Correct.
Once I got involved with the fire department, and you have to understand, like, there's a whole subculture with the fire department.
Yeah.
When you are starting to test with the fire department, you have to get involved. You have to start talking to firefighters and riding at the stations and, getting involved and getting your name out there. Once I got involved in that, and then I could see is like, this is where I want to
Yeah,
be.
you had to commit.
Yeah, you had to commit, but it opened my eyes
You
to
dug
what
it.
the
You-
job was about.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is what it's about. It's fun, the station environment. You know what I mean? So I got involved with an organization called the Bomberos, and so I got introduced to some really good people. Right. So not only my friends that were testing and starting to get involved, there was a mentorship program, and they started to say, hey man, it's all part of the process, right? Because you got to figure out, how the fuck do I get, how do I even test for the fire department? What do I got to do? There's a whole thing that you start learning about, right?
Picking
you got to
your brain.
ride, you got to volunteer, you got to get involved with the mentorship program. You got to start. You basically got to immerse
And all
yourself
this is
in the process.
unpaid.
Oh, it's just it's on your own
It's
dime.
just all
It's like-
volunteer.
It's just part of the process. It's
Correct.
part of that culture that I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Let me ask you. So, do you think once you, like you said, you started seeing what it was about? Do you think it was because it's different than a job, because it's more of a brotherhood? It's more of like, we got to be a family here, and being from where we're from, you understand that, and you right?
Yeah, exactly. And so the cool thing about it was the people that I got introduced for, full circle. I started riding back at that station on 43rd and Glen Rosa,
Wait.
the fire station where I grew up.
Yeah.
That I never knew it was there. I got involved with some dudes that were running the Bomberos mentorship program at the time. They were like the president and the e-board. And so when I got hooked up with them dudes, and they said, hey man, come to the station and start doing ride-alongs. Now I'm back in the neighborhood, right? Now
Yeah.
I'm back where I grew up, and I'm at this fire station, and all the dudes at the station are Chicano. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Nice,
And,
yeah.
now I'm seeing guys that look like me and grew up like me and talk like me.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in that environment at the fire station, and these guys are having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a boys club. I ain't gonna lie. It's a boys club.
brotherhood.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
brotherhood.
brotherhood.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're there.
Barbecuing, doing all
They're
that kind of
working.
stuff. Yeah.
They're running calls. They're doing all that. You know what I mean? When the tones go off, they're about business. But at the station,
Yeah.
it's like being in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You're hanging out. It's like us hanging out right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm coming in and I'm like, man, this is what the fire department's about. You know what I mean?
How did it feel sliding down that pole for the first time?
Well, that one didn't have a pole. You know what I mean? That's an old station. Yeah. But I have slid down the pole.
See, though,
I ain't gonna lie.
Michael wouldn't know. He want to know that.
Yeah, hey, it's part of the process. Everybody got to slide down the pole.
Put these shoes on, fly down a pole.
Part of the job.
Just
Keep
shoes.
going.
But, no, for real though, it was
Yeah.
like I got there and I was like, man, now I'm hanging out with these guys, and I'm hanging out, right? I'm the volunteer. You got to put in work. You got to make
Right.
your bones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Gotta pay your dues.
you're the rookie. You know what I mean? And you're doing it. You're cleaning all this stuff. But at the same time, you're having fun. These guys are working out together. They're talking shit. They're hanging out. They're having fun. They're running calls. You know what I mean? And then that station right there is busy. You know, that's one of the busier
I
stations
could
in the
imagine.
city. So we're running good calls, and I'm a rider, right? So I'm getting to see all this stuff and help out. I got on.
What is a
couple calls
rider?
with
If you don't mean interrupting. Just
so a rider
like
is
volunteer.
just a volunteer.
Checking out.
Usually, it's typically somebody that's trying to get on the job.
Okay.
So if you're a rider, you can come to the station and hang out with us and go on calls with us.
Okay,
And basically,
okay.
what you're
Ride-alongs?
doing is you're trying to see if this job is for you.
Right.
Right. You spend time at the stations, learn what the culture is about, learn what your expectations are, and then actually go on calls so you get to see like what the calls are about.
So now
From
that
medical calls to fire calls to all that kind of stuff.
So now that you're doing it, you're like, oh no, this is what
Yeah.
I want to do.
This is my
Yeah.
calling.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is it, man. Man, I wish somebody had told me about this long time ago. You know what I
Right,
mean? Because
yeah.
I had years on the city already. I had, this was,
2 days on, 5 days off.
I started with the city in '96. You know what I mean? So
So as far as like retirement and all that stuff goes, that stuff counts, like being with the City of Phoenix Fire Department? Like
No.
no. So
Well,
is it kind of?
I'm still a city employee, so I went from city to city, but it's just like going for another department. But it's a totally different retirement. It's
A different
public safety retirement.
Okay, I got
But
you.
like my vacation time and my sick time, all that carried over.
Got you. All
So
right.
there was little pieces that I could bring with me, but honestly, like I was entering a whole different world.
Whole different
You know
world,
what I mean?
whole different environment.
And here's the other thing too is, you work for the city or for a company or whatever, and I only know the city because that's all I've ever done. But it's different. It was just I saw a huge difference because when I was working for streets or I was working especially for garbage, the foremans were on our ass and you had to had to get it. Shit it, they call it shit and get it, man. Get out there and get those cans picked up, and they would ride your ass. And if you hit something or something happened, they were like quick to write you up. It was labor. It's called a labor management was like against each other.
Right.
When I went to the fire department, it was that brotherhood was like,
Yes.
we're gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
Everything from the department to the brotherhood to the union was, we're here to make you successful. We want you. We're going to take care of you. And that was a whole different world. Even going from the city to the city, right? I'm still in the city.
It makes you feel more appreciated, right?
Yeah.
Like you're a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I fell in love with it, bro. Honestly, I was like,
I
man, this
bet.
is where I got to be. This is what I got to do.
I
This
bet.
is where I want to be. But I tested for 5 years now, so because I'm not very bright, and there's a whole different culture.
You are bright, bro.
I
Yeah,
am
you-
right. You know what I mean?
you-
But
you understood
You
what
have
he-
to learn that whole different culture.
But
You
at
don't
the time,
understand.
you just it was foreign to you. That's all.
It was foreign. Yeah, you're right.
You were giving
know?
yourself enough credit.
It was foreign, and you have to learn that whole process and what that whole culture is about, and it's a learning process. So you have to. The biggest thing is like I took the test, I studied my ass off, I did well, I was always in shape. You know what I mean? So I could pass the physical agility test. It's sitting in front of a panel interview,
Selling yourself.
and selling yourself, talking positive about yourself, and the type of person you are, and what you're bringing to the table. How you're gonna fit into this Phoenix Fire Department family. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the hardest.
That's
part.
the hardest
That's the hard
part
part.
because I think where we come from, we're not really trained or bred to talk about ourselves that way.
No,
Because
no.
we're taught to be like humble people.
Especially
Keep your
Raza, you know
mouth
what I mean?
shut.
Especially
Yeah, keep your mouth shut and listen.
Yeah,
more
especially
than-
Chicanos, bro. We're not
and-
going to sit there and
and
gloat
go to
about
work.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're workers, right?
Right.
We're workers.
And-
So to
and-
be able to talk about that, not only am I a worker, but this is what I do. This is where I come from.
Right.
This is how I got to this point. You know what I mean? It's hard, man.
I interview a lot of people too, and you could tell, like I know people that they definitely have the qualification for the job, right? But they have a hard time talking about themselves, right? And it's just not innate to our to our culture.
So are you saying it's a lot of Chicanos who struggle talking about themselves?
No, I think people,
No,
people in general, I think, for the most part, but I hear what you're saying, especially from a panel interview, especially, these
It's
guys-
intimidating.
It's intimidating, right? And they got a different color shirt on, they got a different color hat on, whatever the case may be. And then you struggle you have to brag about yourself, right? It's an elevator speech,
It's
right?
a learned
Yeah.
skill. So once you get comfortable doing it, the more you practice and repetition,
better at it.
You get better
And
at
you
it.
hit it on the head. It's a skill. Interviewing is a skill.
It's a skill.
So we'll go back to the culture part. What I'm talking about is you have to learn that whole culture, and you have to take who you are and what you're about and what you've been doing to make you successful. Now you got to fit it into the fire department culture and make the relationship.
Yeah.
You
Right.
got to talk
You
about
gotta
that
blend.
in your interview.
You got to gear
Yeah.
it towards
Yeah.
that.
So,
Exactly.
so what was the turning point for you? So was it the bomberos?
Oh, exactly. 100%, bro. 100%.
Really? They're
That
meant-
mentorship program changed my life, bro. Because I got involved with good people that I felt comfortable with, that were like me. They took me in, embraced me, showed me, sat me down. Like I would go to dudes' houses and spend hours working on interviews, talking, riding at the stations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a mentorship program, and that's what it's about, right? I put in the work because I would go to stations and I would ride and work and show them the kind of work ethic that I have. And in return, they bring you in and they say, okay, because they get to know you, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
We're trying to get good
Networking.
people on this job.
Yeah.
We're
And
not
it- and
trying to hire somebody that we don't know, because we spend a third of our lives with these together. You know what I mean?
Right.
In that family atmosphere, if you're coming to my station, I want to know that I can work with you every third day, spend 24 hours with you, and have fun.
Think about it.
You know what I mean?
You got a sibling that you can't stand and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to kind of take that with you to the station. Like, there's going to
Yeah.
be people that you just don't.
You don't
vibe
jive with.
You,
Yeah.
don't, you know.
Yeah.
And a good mentor is worth his weight in gold, right?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because they're willing to take you under the wing and give you what they got.
It's amazing.
And
bro.
and hats off to you too, because for the mentor to give that to you, right?
Yeah.
At the same token, you earned it. He
Yeah.
or she gave it to you.
Yeah. It's something, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It changed my life, and that's something that I really I hold close to my heart. I appreciate it, and I've always stayed involved with the organization because those guys, my mentors, they set me up for success. They took my life, and I've done things in my career, in my life, that I never thought that I'd be able to do.
Right.
And
They
it was
molded
because of
you.
that mentorship.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's my responsibility. On the flip side, now it's my responsibility to do that for the next generation.
Absolutely, it is.
So he's
Absolutely it is.
paying it forward right now because he currently holds what position in the bomberos?
I'm the vice president for the local.
So tell me this about the bomberos. They're an organization. They do a lot of charity work. They do a lot of things in the community. What kind of things do they do?
So we are Los Bomberos. We're a 501c3. We're a nonprofit organization made up of sworn firefighters, and then we have what we call associate members. And our associate members were people in the mentorship program that are trying to become firefighters. Our bread and butter, as far as the organization, is mentorship, and then number 2 is community involvement. And that community involvement just comes from the culture. Again, back to the culture of the firefighter. 24/7, we're firefighters. You know what I mean? From the department to our organization to our union, that's just part of what we do. We go back out in the community and we give back. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do. So for the bomberos, we do stuff like water walks, smoke detector walks,
Car seats.
We do, toy drives. We
drives.
do all kinds of stuff, man. Back to school drives.
Blood pressure checks.
Blood pressure checks. We get involved in people's
Pickleball tournaments.
Pickleball tournaments. You know what I mean? Pickleball tournament. We just started that one.
Is the pickleball tournament part of the bomberos? You started
Yeah,
that?
we started that.
Yeah.
So they have, it's called the pickleball,
It's called the Pickle Brawl.
pickle brawl.
Yeah.
I don't want
So describe that. Tell us about
So we started that one because part of our organization for the bomberos is we have scholarships. So we give scholarships to seniors who are going
high school seniors.
seniors
okay.
who are going to college, because if you're a high school senior, you're trying to figure out what you want to do, and we gear it towards people who have that interest in becoming firefighters. So you graduate from high school and you go to Phoenix College or whatever. If you take an EMT class or a firefighter 1 and 2 class, it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
To take it. So it's a lot of kids from the barrio, they can't afford that. So that's what our scholarship program will give money to these kids so they can go to Phoenix College or GCC and enroll in an EMT class. Because you have to be an EMT. That's a minimum requirement. If somebody's thinking about becoming a firefighter,
That's what I was gonna
That's
ask.
a minimum requirement is you have to be 18 years old, you have to have a clean record, and you have to be an EMT.
That's what I heard. It you had to be an EMT first.
So the pickleball tournament, we started that, and 100% of that money from the pickleball tournament goes towards our scholarship program.
that's awesome.
That first DJ who did the pickleball, he was dope there.
He was dope, man, at Chicken Park, bro. We were getting it on.
What do you look like?
Dude, you know what? I gotta click you up with my buddy, dude. Good buddy of mine, CJ Hoyt, Gabacho.
Yeah.
Cool as vato, grew up with nothing but Chicanos. He's big in pickleball, right?
Oh, is he?
Well, he's the general manager at the Chicken and Pickle that's opening up at
Dog.
Westgate.
July 18th.
Bro,
I'll plug
wait,
you guys.
wait,
we've been
in.
trying. Well, we got to talk, man.
All right.
We
We'll
got to
talk
talk.
turkey. Yeah,
When's
yeah.
So
the
the
tournament?
first year.
When
So
is
we do it. The first year we did it, we've been doing it for 2 years. First year we did it was at Chicken Park, and it was in January. And then the next year we did it in December, and we did it out in Chandler. There's a place called Pickleball Kingdom. And all those courts were indoor courts. Chicken Park, we were outdoor. They're nice courts because City of Glendale redid all the courts and stuff. But the problem out there was we had to chase all the crackheads around. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're trying to have an event. You know what I mean? We had to shoo them out.
This is pickleball, damn it.
We were bumping though.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was a good old
Well,
time.
I rolled up to the pickleball tournament, and this guy comes walking and pull. What'd you pull? Pull the
And I
hammy.
pulled my hammy. No, I pulled my calf, man. I pulled my calf.
Nobody pulls their cap.
And pickleball.
It's pickleball.
Hey, man, it's a sport, bro.
It ain't, dude,
2 steps left, 2 steps right.
One game.
Yeah,
It first came in. This guy comes.
what was
out
it? Was a
and
court clay?
Puro pinche ping pong.
Hey, I'll tell you, hey, we won that game, but I pulled my calf, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank God.
Substitute.
Thank God.
I showed up, and this guy comes hobbling over. I go, "What's up?"
Hey, sometimes athletes get hurt, man. It's a rough sport, dog.
Yeah. It ain't a post-up move.
Hey, man, but we got to talk, man, because I
No,
heard about that
seriously.
place is coming in Glendale, and we would love to have
Oh,
it.
yeah, dude, I was
The
only-
18th, July
I was-
18th, it opens.
Yeah, I was over there yesterday, and Westgate. Anyhow, yeah, it damn near looks like it's ready to open.
It looks
My
good. Huh? It
buddy,
looks nice.
CJ Hoyt, like I said, he just did like a clinic for the city. He clicked up with the city of Glendale. He wants to promote the restaurant and pickleball to Glendale.
Hook you up.
And he
We love
did
it, bro.
$5. Like it was like 2 weeks ago. $5. Anybody, City of Glendale residents or Phoenix, whoever heard about it shows up, and they did a clinic, and they did and that's the kind of stuff my boy CJ is doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Are you still injured?
No, I'm back.
Okay. Well, before you get CJ,
back there in the neighborhood.
Before you switch to CJ, man, let's make sure he's okay.
But those are the kind of people we're looking for, man.
Absolutely.
Because
he's big, and he's down.
100% of that money goes right back to our scholarship program, and even back to the organization. 100% of the money that we get from sponsors, from donors, 100% of the money that we raise as an organization goes back into the community. In one way, shape, or other. We have an executive board, but we don't take money.
It's not paid.
No, we're not paid.
Of executive,
because all the money goes
you
back
do it
out.
voluntarily.
Voluntarily, bro.
That's
all your time and
it's
energy.
always been.
All your time
The
and energy
organization
goes to-
started in '86, and it's always been like that. And we do it because we love it, right?
Right.
Because it's part of what we do as
You're paying it
firefighters.
forward, man.
Paying it forward, man.
You know,
Mentorship, community involvement.
I'm a firm believer, man. Leave the world a little better place than you found it, right? And you're following that.
And it's fun, man. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's
it's
fun.
fun.
Like we
It's
do
fun.
things. It's fun. We hang out. We raise money. We had the pickleball court. We had a car show that we did. You know what I mean? The car show was a success. We raised $2,500 at our Cruising for a Cause, and we
that's
gave
right.
all that
I heard
money
yeah.
to Tolleson Elementary School District, to their autism program that they have at it's called Porfirio Gonzalez School. It's in Tolleson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
right.
cut them a check.
We helped you out the show and shine.
The show and shine.
The first annual
That was
show
the
and shine
first
you
annual,
had
right?
right here at Speedway, right here on
Yeah, that's the
91st
Cruising for a Cause.
Yeah, Cruising for
It
a
was
Cause.
our first annual Cruising for a Cause, man.
So
awesome.
so the plan is we want to talk to you about the lowrider, but that comes up. But they do put on that with the bomberos.
They also got a dance coming up.
Yes.
Baila.
Talk
They
about
got
that.
the VH Bomberos
yeah. So
summer dance, or what is it? What is it called?
The Bombero, the Summer Bash.
Summer Bash. There you
It's
go.
our 27th.
Damn, I want to be a fireman. They got all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we're busy, bro. We're doing it.
He's too short, right? You wouldn't want to
We can do it, bro.
I don't need a charity, man.
Okay, right here.
That guy couldn't carry me out of a fire.
No, nobody could,
You're
George.
looking at the four of us. Which one do you think is the least likely to make it on the team?
Man, you gonna put me on a spot like that? Man? Come on, bro.
This is
Hey,
It's okay.
Wait a minute,
His
wait a
shirt's
minute.
bedazzled.
wait a minute. I got a question.
right.
Do you have to know how to swim?
Water rescue.
no, seriously, answer that question.
You're out, dude. You're out. You're out. And his son's a unpaid intern's a lifeguard.
Yeah.
You gotta reach the ladder and you gotta be able to swim.
No way, dude. No chance in hell. You're out. You're out.
Anyways, the dance.
So the dance, it's our Summer Bash. We call it the Summer Bash.
Right.
And this year is the 27th annual. It would be our 30th. We lost 3 years because of COVID. We shut it down. Everything was going crazy. You know what I mean? So just to be safe, we shut it down. So we haven't had it in 3 years. 3 years ago we had it. The last one was downtown Phoenix at the
Renaissance
Renaissance
there.
downtown. But this is our 20th. It would be our 30th. But our Summer Bash, it's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and that helps us float all the things that we do throughout the year, right? Because, like I said, we don't. 100% of the money goes back out in the community. So
That's awesome.
Is it open to the general public?
it's open to general public. You can
It sells out
vhbomberos.org.
though, right? It sells out like the tables
Most of
and
the time,
seats sell out.
yeah.
Where's
sells
it at
out.
this year?
It's at the Renaissance Hotel in Glendale
By the
Westgate.
by Westgate.
Yeah.
It's a nice event. You know, it's
Formal?
dressed to impress. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everybody comes and has a good time.
Yep.
It's not like a award ceremony. We don't
Timmy's
shake
out.
babies and kiss hands and stuff. It's a night for you guys to come out. Anybody to come out.
Shake the nalgas.
Yeah, shake the nalgas, have some drinks, bring the significant other, have a good time.
Bring
Rent a
positive
room.
attitude.
Rent a room, make a staycation, whatever it is, you know what I mean? But that's our major fundraiser of the year.
So-
we pay dues as members of the organization, like you would pay union dues.
Right.
So we pay dues. That generates money, but this is our major fundraiser for the year.
So don't plug. When is it?
August 12th
Coming up.
at the Renaissance Hotel in Glendale.
We'll put that information.
Tickets are on sale.
Okay. How's somebody get a
You can buy
ticket?
tickets, bhbomberos.org. And you can buy a ticket. You got a family, you got a table of 10, you want to get a table for
Now-
a group.
We should get a table.
Get a table.
Yeah,
Get a
let's do that.
table.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: so, los bomberos, is it just a city of Phoenix thing, or is there like Glendale bomberos, the Tempe?
So it's a good question too. It's we're the Valley Hispanic Bomberos. It started in Phoenix. The majority of the members are from Phoenix, but it's for the
expanded.
Valley, right? So
Gotcha.
we have members from Glendale and Tolleson and Peoria. You know what I mean? And that's what. So when we get our people, our associate members who are testing, we tell them all the time, hey, if you're testing for another department, let us know. We'll connect you. It's a networking deal, right?
Nice.
We'll connect you because the object is to get good people on this career for these individuals. If they're cut out and if they're the right type of person, they're putting in the work to get them hooked up with somebody where they can get a job and start working. So
That's
we got brothers
awesome.
in Peoria, Tolleson, Glendale, Tempe, Scottsdale. But the RE board and most of our active members are from Phoenix. Because that's where it starts.
It's the biggest city too.
Yeah, so we were going to the Bombero dance back in the 90s and early 2000s when it was at the Phoenix Mountain Preserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that...
Off like 12th Street and Dunlap.
Yeah, we used to go...
That was our union hall. So our union hall, we would have our dance over there at the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. It was a union hall. And I remember going over there too, like when I first got involved and was testing. So we were volunteers, right? So we were taking tickets and stuff. You know, you had to put in work.
Yeah.
But man, it's a party, man. It's a
a
good
party.
time.
And I haven't been back...
And you guys know I like to party.
Yeah, we should get a table. Yeah.
We got Alex Santamaria is DJing for us this year. He's done it a couple of times. He's a great DJ. Power Drive is the live band. So we have a live band. We have a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a night to come out, party, and have some drinks.
Yeah, we should do something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right
Good
on.
time, man. And the good thing is the money, like I said, 100% goes back out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
In one way, shape, or form, it goes back out in the community.
That's the best part. See,
Right on, hell yeah.
Leave the world a little better place than you found it. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing.
So tell me this, Gregory.
Oh, now
You
it's
have
Gregory.
to be a proud papa, man. You got a son in there now.
I do, man.
Oh, hey,
Awesome.
right on. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he
Hit
just,
that applause
he
a
just-
button.
Yeah, where's our
Applause
unpaid
button.
intern at?
he's on the other side, man. He's working the camera.
Yeah, my son just got hired, man. He's 19 years old, man.
I seen
Oh,
you.
excellent,
I
brother.
seen
That
you.
boy's got the world by the balls. You know what I mean?
I
You don't
seen
even
you
know.
got to pin him. You got to pin him.
I did,
too,
man. It's a proud moment, man.
Yeah, I
I
seen that,
bet.
man.
Hey, man.
But wait,
That's love.
he's telling him, I know you're very proud of that, but not only that, this guy's been a role model for his family, like creating like a family of, you know, like longshoremen have, like, everybody kind of. Now he's kind of set that up in his family with being.
Yeah, your grandsons.
No, he has his nephew. Not only
nephew,
he influenced, he helped it. I don't know. Well, if you helped him, but influenced his
Sure,
nephew.
sure.
He's a
we
firefighter as
helped
well.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's networking,
mentorship.
man. It's networking. Mentorship is networking.
So I got
agree with
on,
that.
I came on, you know what I mean, doing my thing. My nephew, as he got older, he wanted to be a part. First thing, hey, man, is this something you want to do? Bomberos. Just send everybody to bomberos because everybody has to put work in.
Yeah.
It don't
Yeah,
matter if you're
yeah.
family. It don't matter if you're my son or you're my nephew. If you're a kid from the barrio, you have to put work in.
Right.
And
Yeah.
until you show me or show us that you're willing to put the work in and grind and do what it takes to be part of this organization, be part of our Phoenix, or part of our fire family. You know what I mean?
Content of your
You
character.
got to
man.
do it, man. And that's how you put in work. And so, yeah, my nephew Tony is my
Shout out to
brother's
little Tony.
little T.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
T.
Little
Nice,
T-Dog.
man.
So
Nice.
he did it,
Green
and then
tea.
now his son.
Green tea.
Green tea. We used to call him green tea. He ain't green no more. He's got about 8 years on.
Why you call green tea?
Because why else we call him when he first came on? Because he was green. You know what I mean?
His name's Tony.
Yeah. But he's doing good, man.
Catch up
He
there.
just,
Catch up there.
he just
I
took
didn't
the,
get it.
he just took the test for the captains. He came out number 3 on the captain's test.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
proud
that's
of him,
good.
man. My
Yeah.
nephew,
Good
he
for
did
him, man.
Good job, man.
As you should.
He'll be
Yeah.
he'll be
We all-
promoted here shortly. He'll be a captain himself, man, with
Really?
8-9 years on the job.
So speaking of that, so the roles, it goes firefighter,
Firefighter,
engineer.
engineer.
Okay.
Well, what's an engineer?
Right.
So you come on, everybody is an EMT, right? So you
Right.
come on as an EMT when you get hired.
Okay. When you
come
do
on
that,
as a firefighter.
What are your
This is the rankings. You're speaking of the.
what do you do
rankings.
as an EMT?
Emergency
So-
medical technician.
So there's ALS and BLS. Basic life support is your EMTs. You're just basic life support.
You're not
Right.
fighting fire.
ALS is
Ambu
your-
bags and shit.
ALS is your medics. So if you're a paramedic, right? So you have to go to school to get certified as a paramedic. It's a higher level of
And that's when you
care.
can. That's when you use the shockers.
Well, you as a paramedic, you can push drugs, you can start
Yeah,
IVs
yeah.
and do all that kind of stuff. That's what you're medic.
I was an EMT. That's what.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
bringing it up.
So everybody, you have to be at least an EMT. So when you get hired, you're a firefighter. Everybody on the job is an EMT.
I
Everybody-
was.
Yeah.
Wait. Does this guy strike anybody as an EMT?
Dude, I was a corpsman in the Navy too, man. I was EMT there too.
That shit don't count, dude.
Dude, I was an EMT. Dude, I went to Peoria. Hey, how fuck these guys?
He had the negative on the positive and the positive.
Yeah. Oh, I killed him.
Okay.
Everybody's an EMT. Everybody, you come on, you're hired as a firefighter, and then as a firefighter, You can, after 3.5 years, you can start to promote. You know what I mean? So you could become an engineer.
What's an engineer?
Yeah.
An engineer drives.
That's all the
Okay.
engineer
Right.
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as an engineer, you're responsible for driving the truck, pumping the truck. So when you get to a fire, you hook up to a water supply, and you got to make sure that you get water to the hose lines, your firefighters pull line, and you go inside and go
More
on the roof and all
money,
that kind
more
of stuff.
money.
It's a promotion.
It's a promotion.
So it's firefighter, then engineers, and then captains. And then captains are in charge of a crew. You know, like I'm on engine 34. I have my crew, right? My engineer drives, and I got 2 firefighters in the back. I got
So
2
what,
firefighter
what
paramedics.
constitutes a crew? 4 or 5?
4.
Okay.
Usually it's 4.
So-
Some trucks have 5.
Okay.
Some of the ladder trucks have 5.
Okay.
So what inspired you to go for captain?
No, I mean it wasn't money plays. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I mean I sat in the back seat as a firefighter for 12 years, man, because it was
And,
just
and you
fun,
knew
man.
you knew the game, so you fit
Yeah.
right in to be
It's-
captain.
Yeah. So I drove back to the city, right? When I got on with the water department, I got my CDL. I still have my Class A CDL. And I drove garbage trucks. So I was a driver. I could drive anything. You know what I mean? I knew when I got hired, eventually I was going to become an engineer.
Gotcha.
That was a goal of mine. Never really thought I was going to go captain. But as I progressed through my career, I had a good mentor again, my captain, who I worked with for years. I worked at Fire Station 39 on the south side,
What fire station again was that?
the big 39 over there.
Yeah.
And that's ironic because, right?
Yeah, it's a funny story. So
Yeah, tell
my
it.
partner Jorge Enriquez, he's right now he's a battalion chief on the south side. Battalion 5. They cover the whole south side. He was the captain at 39. He was one of my mentors. So when I got hooked up with guys through the bomberos, they sent me to go see him. So Jorge grew up on the south side. He's from Southside 35th. That neighborhood over there.
So
You know what I mean?
Explain to us what that meant.
What?
Living on the south side. 35th.
It's a different neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's a different
The
neighborhood.
river's right there.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
we grew up. So if you don't know, I mean,
They don't know.
we're West Side. He went to
South
Carl
Side.
Hayden. We went to Carl Hayden. Guys from the South Side, they got bused to Carl Hayden.
Right.
We were from 39th. You know what I mean? The 2 neighborhoods did not get along.
They didn't get along.
Way back in the
Future
days, long
Farmers of
history.
America program.
No, that was
There's a long history of
The Hogans.
of beef, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fast forward, I go to the fire station. He's an engineer at the time, or
Right.
I think he was an engineer at the time. But that was the neighborhood he grew up in.
Right.
So he's like, "Where are you from, man?" So I told him. He's like, "All right." So we, you know what I mean?
you gotta
But we got along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was there to work, and I put in the work, and we hit it off, man. And then we
Right.
became friends. He mentored me. He became a captain. He got promoted, and he ended up at Station 39, which is on 23rd Avenue and South.
Nice.
And so when I got on the job, and then I was on for a little bit, a spot came over at the station. He's like, "Hey man, you want to come?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to work for you, man." You know, so I got a chance to go over there and work for him.
Nice.
But it's funny now. So that station covers his old neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we would joke around and just bullshit. Again, we're just bullshitting all day,
Yeah,
having fun
yeah.
and stuff. He's like, "How does it feel like coming in my neighborhood?" You know what I mean? I was like, "It feels good because I'm
You know, it's
driving
like-
through your neighborhood in a big old truck with a 39 on the side."
That's
your heart
exactly
out.
like Milkweed and Spider's cousin fucking getting together at the end of Bound by Honor.
But you got to think about.
know what I
So
mean?
these guys, when we went to school, there was a hallway, a breezeway.
Oh,
And-
now it's a breezeway.
Well, it's a breezeway, right, at the school. And they would literally post up on one side of the breezeway on the wall, and then our neighborhood would post up on the other side of the wall.
Stare at each other?
Represent your
Yeah.
neighborhood. I want to know what
And-
neighborhood this
Just
is
stare at each
talking
other?
about.
And yeah,
39th.
Yeah.
so it would stare at each other.
Yeah, the 35thers were on one side and the Hollywooders were on the other side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they did not get along.
They did not get, but a lot of those guys, they were big dudes. They took like gym class serious, dude. They were in there pumping irons because I know who Jorge
They thought
is,
it was
right?
a pinta?
And
It's like
dude,
the Montagues
used
and
to
the
be dope. I don't know
Capulets.
if he still is, but he used to be big, and it would be like, damn, man, you don't want to, because we were
Well,
skinny
he's short,
kids.
but he's stocky.
We were little
I know
kids.
how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways,
But it's funny, man. You look
Right.
back and you say, man, you know, you look back to the neighborhood, you look back to when you're young and all that shit,
Right.
right? It's just neighborhood stuff.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
dumb. Right.
Somebody that, you know, honestly, back in the day when people were killing each other and shooting at each other and fighting each other, you don't know when you get to know somebody, you could be the best of friends. Because
Right.
he's my best
That's-
friend now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Agreed.
You know what I mean? Our families get together, our kids,
So,
you know, they're
so,
like,
so George or Michael's not your best friend?
we're all friends.
We're not even. We're more than doing.
Yeah,
that, you know
we're
what I mean?
family, you know?
You know
I
what?
fuck with you.
It's when you think back on it, it's stupid, but it's not stupid. It's not.
No, it's just It's the way it was.
It's the way it
It's the
was.
way it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're conditioned that way. You know, like them people don't like you. You know, whatever.
It made us who we are today, bro.
It made us who we are today.
Yeah, I'm never ashamed of where I come from. I'm never ashamed of how I grew up. I'm never ashamed. I'm not afraid to tell the mistakes that I made and the mistakes, you know what I mean, from growing up and, you know, doing nothing and involved with drugs and gangs and all that stuff, because it made us who we are.
Different chicks.
You came out the other side.
And I
Came
think
out the other side.
I think that's why you're so successful, also because you're inbred with that loyalty. You know what it is. You know you can count on a guy like you because you know when it was time to.
And it teaches
I need to
you,
rely on you.
it teaches you how to read people, man. It teaches you how to read
Yeah.
people, understand
situations.
You know, when your sponsor tells you it's not a good situation, you know it, right?
And you've
get a
seen
gut feeling.
things already
Time to
prior to
eat.
getting there, right?
Time to
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Nothing was a shocker.
Nothing was a shocker, man.
No, I'm a firm believer that, and I think a lot of that has to do because you talk to people, right? Even people you don't get along with, you talk to them. You kind of figure things out, bro.
Now, let me tell you, man, when you hang out with friends and you bullshitting goes a long way when you start getting into other areas because you
It
can talk
does.
to anybody.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You can fit in anywhere. You could talk to people. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
You're gonna give it. You're gonna take it.
Yep.
You get it.
Yeah.
You know.
I
So-
think it helps me out of my career at least because bullshitting is part of what we grew up and just
Yes.
So you can't bullshit me. And then just the job of firefighter, we're big old bullshitters, so you can't bullshit us. We'll pick up right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just
And I think going back to
Have you been doing drugs? No.
bullshit.
My heart's racing though. But my heart's racing though.
I recognize that look. You're all sweaty and pale.
Your pupils are dilated.
Somebody slipped it in my drink. Somebody slipped it in my drink.
Wait a minute.
I've been you. You know what I mean? I look like you. You can't bullshit me.
Wait a minute. One time, Gregory told me a story about some dude on this. He was all
On a
fucked
call?
up and shit, and he was knocked out. He was out. Tell him about the knuckle shit, man. Right in the middle of the chest, woke his ass up.
Oh, we call that the soul grabber, man.
can you do that too?
Do it too.
You ain't gonna like it.
Do it on Michael, man.
If you're not unconscious, that shit does
You're gonna
not feel
You're
good.
gonna knock
bro.
the end off his chest.
Yeah, you got knocked the glitter
You
out.
can knock the glitter off.
It's called a sternal rub, man. Get this little knuckle right here, man. It's called a sternal rub. And if somebody's unconscious, as soon as you walk up to him, you give him a sternal rub right in the middle of the chest.
Now do you hit him?
No, you just rub them.
Rub it.
Rub it.
You just get that knuckle like
Your
that.
cousins tried on each other.
Yeah. If you're unconscious, you ain't gonna move. But if you're conscious and you're faking or you're bullshitting, you're not really unconscious, you're gonna. Yeah.
You know what else? Tickle their feet.
Tickle their feet. Oh, you know what?
He's a pervert.
The other trick
I
is,
just feel like Chi-Chi's
the other
not
trick
feet.
is you come up to somebody's unconscious, flick their eyelashes. If you flick their eyelashes, just
And they
touch
start
their eye- and
blinking?
their eyes, their eyelids move, they're not unconscious.
Yeah.
Or you pick their hand
eyelashes
up,
are gonna fall off.
pick their hand up and let it drop. And if it smacks them in the face, they're unconscious.
Hey,
but
I
somebody
seen
that's
fucking Hulk
conscious,
Hogan do
that.
it'll come to the side. 'Cause
What-
they won't let
what-
it hit themselves in the face.
What is rigor mortis?
Rigor mortis?
Don't come down.
Yeah, you're dead. Dog.
Yeah.
You're rigor mortis.
He's not awake.
So-
Yeah, he's not faking.
I'm curious. So you have you start out EMT.
Yeah.
You get in. We stopped at in the rankings. You stopped at
Captain.
Captain. What goes from there?
So firefighter, engineer, captains, and then
Battalion.
Battalion chiefs.
Yeah, you become chief.
What's that?
So battalion chief is
The
so my
main-
my
like-
partner is a battalion chief now. So he works at Battalion 5. So his job is he's in charge of all the stations on the south side. So Battalion 5 is in charge of the south side. That's the south side battalion.
Okay.
And they're in charge of all the stations on the south side. So 22, 39, 21.
Like a district manager.
Basically.
Kind of. Okay.
Basically.
So how many battalions are
So,
there in Phoenix? I guess
There's 7, 8,
okay.
Okay.
7 or 8
So
battalions.
you have a called a Firehouse, right?
Yeah.
Station 39, Station
Right.
44. Okay, so what's the name of the? Let's call it the manager of that station 39 or the 44. Is that a captain?
The captain.
That's what he is.
That's what you are.
Yeah, so the captain is in charge
So then,
of that station.
for people who you know are maybe like in different fields, you have your store manager if they're like in the grocery business, okay, and then you have your district manager who manages X amount of stores or X amount of banks or whatever. So that's what you call
the battalion chief.
correct.
So
Okay.
so you're the fire captain. How many? It's 24 hours. So how many crews? I'm assuming.
how many
I'm assuming
people
there's
are-
a captain that runs when you're
So there's 3
when your
shifts.
crew's off.
No, I get you.
Okay.
So there's 3 shifts. In the city of Phoenix, this is the way it runs. Is there's 3 shifts, A, B, and C shift.
Okay.
So I'm on right now. I grew up on C shift, but right now I'm on A shift. So,
Okay.
like I got to work tomorrow.
Okay.
So I go in at 8:00 in the morning, and I work for 24 hours. What's tomorrow?
Monday.
So I go in Monday morning. I get off Tuesday morning. 24 hours.
Okay.
8:00, 8 to 8, and then when A shift is done at
8
Tuesday
a.m.?
morning, B shift comes in.
Okay.
And they do 24 hours. And then after B shift, C shift comes on.
Okay,
So
so-
I work
okay.
every third day.
So
You're the captain of A
So
shift.
yeah, you're the
I'm
captain of
A
A
shift
shift. So there's a B shift, captain, C shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so at my station, I got my truck, which is engine 34. There's 4 of us on that truck. I got an engineer and 2 firefighters.
Okay.
And then I have a rescue, which is the ambulance. We
Okay.
call it a rescue. There's 2 guys on that. So I'm in charge of 6 guys.
So
5
so the
guys.
ambulance is the same shifts.
Same shift.
Okay.
So at
So-
34 on A shift, there's 6 guys at that station for 24 hours.
Okay.
And then we all go home in the morning, and B shift comes in.
And so basically, you're in charge of A shift, okay?
Right.
Then you got the B shift and the C shift
Right.
at that one station.
That one station. Yeah.
Now, is there somebody that overlooks that one station and only that one
So
station?
every shift has
Has
a
their
battalion
captain.
chief. So there's an A shift. My station is Battalion 3, which is the west side.
Okay.
I'm like the furthest south.
So the whole city works in A shift.
Yeah. Once. Yeah.
So
if it's
the-
A
one-
shift. It's A
one
shift
battalion
across the city.
shift. So a battalion chief runs it all the A shifts.
All the A shifts.
I got you.
But for
All right.
different battalions, right?
Right,
So I'm
right,
on
right.
Battalion 3 on A shift. So that battalion chief, he's in charge of several stations on A shift.
On A
It
shift.
sounds like they cluster stations in a
It's called
battalion.
shift work.
Right.
Yeah, it's called
Okay,
shift
okay,
work.
okay.
So when the B shifters come in, all the B shift captains are running their stations, and there's a B shift battalion chief that
Got
runs
it.
all the stations.
Got it.
You
Got
know what I
it.
mean? And the same thing with C shift. So there's three shifts.
let me ask you this. C shift is ending and you're going in.
Yeah.
Do you ever go in there and be like, fuck these motherfuckers? They leave this fucking station all dirty and shit. Pinche calzones are over there, tirado, and
You know,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the C shift, they're messy and they don't
Caca.
clean up after themselves. And
C stands
like,
for caca.
Do you go?
Yeah.
For reals, do you go through that?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like going to a house with your primos. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
those. So the other shift would be like your primos. So when they leave, it's like man,
Yeah, that one that
yeah,
don't
yeah.
get off the couch.
Yeah,
You know?
but everybody's pretty good. Everybody does
Yeah,
their
yeah.
job, and but it's just like family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
you
get
get
it.
along, and some people you butt heads every once in a while, but you
course.
work it out. You know what I mean and stuff. So yeah,
Hey,
it's just like
Take it to the pickleball court.
yeah.
so this guy's been so successful, right? And at one of our horseshoe tournaments, because our family puts on a horseshoe tournament a couple times a year, there was a grease fire because they were cooking hamburgers.
Was it your
right?
wife?
Yeah, it was Angela. We have video of it.
Don't throw water on it.
No, dude. I run to this guy because he's a firefighter. I go, dude, what do we do? There's a big old fire. He goes, I don't know. Remember?
Captain.
Remember?
Captain. That's a
I don't remember that,
Yes,
bro.
bro. Yes, we
Throw water on it. He said throw water on it.
We cracked up. Yeah.
That's a negative.
Hey, when I'm off duty, I'm off duty.
Hey, he said it. You're on.
Every
I
man
don't
for
know.
himself.
Hey, give me another beer.
Honestly, dude, that's what happened. We were cracking up. We were like, what? But we got it out.
I got that on video.
Yeah, we got it on video. We're
I got
gonna
it on
put it out.
video.
I don't
So-
remember that, man.
So other than that, you guys got any questions for him? Like straight up questions?
I know, I do. But one thing I want to say, I want to ask, do you guys still give out those stickers? They're like a badge.
Yeah.
Okay.
A mini firefighter? Little
One
firefighter?
time, me and this guy were kicking back, drinking outside, and it was about 2:00 in the morning, and we see a bright light go
Close
off,
your ears, boys.
right? And it was a trailer here in the trailer park. It caught on fire, dude. It blew up, boom. And so we take off running over there, dude. We were the first responders.
Wait though, man.
What?
Your Nino is smoking. He was the only one smoking. So we saw this plume of smoke.
Oh, fuck. Here's the
coming
rest of
over
the story,
like
right?
this, And we're looking at it going,
Too close for
and I'm
comfort.
tripping out like, because I'm fucking stoned.
Is that a mushroom cloud?
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And we're looking that way towards the south. And it's coming from the north.
You idiots. You're looking the wrong way.
And yes. And then we follow it, like, what the fuck? And we see it's over there towards the north. And right here,
can
there's
see
some
that
trailer
shit.
parks. There's some trailer parks right here.
Yeah.
Go from there.
So we get there, dude, and this guy gets the garden hose. He starts spraying it.
He had attachments for flowers on
No,
it.
man, you ain't telling right. So I run up to that motherfucker, right?
Oh, now you're hey, first responder.
I run up to that motherfucker, you know.
We're knocking on the door,
The
though.
whole place is engulfed.
But we're knocking on the door too, like trying to get people out.
Fuck that. I saw water, that tripa right there. I saw it right there.
That's fire and this is water.
And I went like this.
They're adversaries.
And I started spraying that motherfucker. Wow, like that. Wow, wow, wow. This is a true story right here. Honest to God truthness, even though we were fucking high. I'm spraying it. Well, here comes the fire department. Right?
Yep.
They all jump out. Right? This little motherfucker jumps out, puts his gear on. Boom, boom, boom. He looks at me. Instead of saying, hey, man, back out. We got it. He says,
Covered.
follow me.
Here's
in
an
there
axe.
with the tripa.
Listen,
And I'm going, okay, let's go. And I'm in the fucking
But let me try-
in the corner
Put my
like this.
helmet on.
This
Put my
guy-
helmet on. Follow me.
But listen, he's not standing like he's watering the lawn, dude. He's like crouched down and going like,
Yes.
Hidden tiger. Hidden tiger. Cross
So we're
dragon.
going in there. Dude, we go all the way in there. There's flames over me like that. And I'm like, spraying over him, not me. I don't have no gear on.
They didn't tell you to put your paño
They
over
wrap
your
it
mouth
up.
or nothing.
They wrap
Just-
it up, and we're in this guy. They gave him a sticker. That's what I was asking.
Got a sticker, George?
Little firefighter.
But before that, what they said,
Bobecito.
they were all talking right there and they were going,
It was hilarious.
they started looking at us crooked
And
eyed.
then this guy starts going, I saved it. These guys are not even.
thought you
giving me-
started it.
They thought I
They
started.
did. They did.
Look at,
They
you know
did.
why? Because the fucking inspector or whatever came out and he's like, I wonder how it started. And he starts looking
Yeah,
at us
yeah.
three like that, like this. And next thing I go, it was the plancha right there. Look at the fucking
Oh, yeah.
iron still
The
on
hot
right
spot.
there.
He-
Shit,
he-
yeah, you can see the hot
Dude,
spot.
he
You can
claims
see
he
what's the-
identified how it started.
Dude, he had the manguera wrapped around his shit. Like,
I did, man.
So he turned from fucking volunteer to fire inspector, huh?
Yes.
To fucking,
All in one
is that
stroke.
what they're called? The fire,
fire inspectors.
Fire inspectors.
So, dude,
Come
for
afterwards.
weeks on end, he claimed that he
Put the fire.
put the fire.
save 39th Avenue.
I saved the old lady that lived there.
Yeah, that's good, man. You
And the
gotta
cat.
do it, man. You gotta do it, man.
And the cat.
So
He's a real Mr. Deeds.
That ain't my first time I did it.
Yeah,
I saved
more
it.
like Mrs.
not only
Doubtfire.
that,
That's
this
not the
guy's,
first time he put a fire
saved
out.
a drowning victim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And an old lady from dying too. All kinds of people, man.
Oh, I can see the halo,
You got-
bro.
Greg, you got any stickers on him? He's gonna have a
Slap him
whole.
with some stickers, man.
Stickers.
Yeah.
We'll get you an application.
Timmy, that's
George.
that.
We'll put it right here.
Well, so the reason why I would bring that up is because I wanted to ask you, can you share a crazy call that you've been on? What's one of the most memorable calls you were on?
That's funny because that's on my list
Yeah.
of questions.
You guys think alike.
Honestly, man, I knew that question was coming because everybody always asks
Yeah,
that
okay.
question, man. But
Yeah, that's a
What's
whack
one that
question.
pops to mind?
you know what? When somebody asks, it's hard, man, because actually, honestly, man, when somebody asks that question, it kind of takes you back, right?
Yeah.
And so when you think of crazy calls, it's
It's human suffering. And
you
that ain't
know,
no joke.
It's honestly, it's bad calls because
yeah,
nobody calls us for
PTSD,
good reason.
yeah.
Right.
Everybody's if they're calling us, they're probably having the worst day of their life.
Right. It ain't no cat in a tree.
Yeah. So
She's
you know,
naked.
those are usually calls that we try to bury down deep and not. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So thanks for bringing it up.
Sorry.
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
No,
agree.
but you know, but it's the truth, bro. It's honest, you know,
yeah.
and everybody asks that, you know, and it's crazy because you think about this job and it's kind of one of the draws, man. You think about it, right? Streets taped off, lights and shit. The chismoso in you is like, man, I wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
Part of the draw of that and part of the draw of this career is like we're the ones that are in there. We're the ones that actually get to go and see what's going on. We're the ones that get to put our hands on these people and stuff. The flip side to that is we're the ones that have to go in there, and we're the ones that have to see all this stuff.
Right.
We're the ones that have to put
We're
our
the ones that
hands
gotta take
on
it
these
home.
People, you know what I mean? So, you know, I tell people all the time, especially people like our mentors, like our associate members, you know, come and ride, come and see what this job about. You're not going to see that every day, but over the course of your career, and a lot of times, you firefighters, you first responders, you know, PD, because they're there with us, you know what I mean? But you're going to see shit that the average person does not see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That we're not meant to see. You know what I mean? But somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to put our hands on these people.
No.
Somebody's got to. So,
And hats off to you, man, because it takes a special person.
yeah, I mean, when you talk about crazy calls, I mean, it just automatically kind of takes us back to the worst calls that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right.
Pero,
I mean,
pero, sorry for my friends asking that
No,
question.
it's all
Sorry
good. It's
about
part
that.
of the job, and people need to know this, man, because
Yeah,
that's what
that's
this
what I'm
job is
asking.
about.
Dude,
And so
there's a lot of horrible things that happen to people.
hey, you'll be
terrible.
surprised, man, how fragile the human body is.
Absolutely.
Man. You'll be surprised how fragile the human body is. You'll be surprised what another
Vulnerable.
person can do to another person.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happens? And so it's just part of this job is we see that and we got to put our hands on people. So crazy calls, man. I mean, I don't know.
Michael,
You think of something? I'll tell you what. You guys think of something really bad,
You've
I've probably seen it.
gotcha.
Yeah, no,
Michael, but you had a question for him.
Which one's
There was a
that?
tree.
no.
Something about a tree.
The tree.
Yeah.
Cat in the tree.
Oh yeah, he mentioned. Yeah, and it's not saving a kitten from the tree, right?
I've never in 17 years saved a kid from the tree.
So, what's the longest hose you ever handled?
Yeah. 2.5 inch girth.
Girth bag.
That's what she
It
said.
was a doorstop.
Yeah.
So Greg, okay, I'm gonna run through a series of questions,
All right.
and just spit them out. You know what I mean? And it's short answers, okay? So, what do you wish people knew about firefighters?
What do I wish people knew about us? It's a dangerous job.
All right,
You know what I mean?
that's
dangerous.
Quick, okay. Do people still drop off babies at the station?
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do people knock on the door at the station and ask them to check their blood pressure?
People come through, knock on the door for all kinds of stuff. Blood pressure, drop a
Whatever.
baby off,
Yeah.
my cousin shot in the car, you name it.
Okay.
Need IV.
At all the stations you've been to, who is the best cook? Name them.
I got to give my boy Lil G props, man. I worked with him at 39 for
Yeah,
a long
gets
time.
down on
man.
the
Oh,
cooking?
man, he gets down, bro. Yeah.
So I went hunting recently, and I was with a couple of firefighters. Abe Morales.
Oh, yeah, Abe.
I was with Abe.
yeah.
And man, Abe was throwing down, dude.
Yeah, he throw down,
Abe
bro.
got down, so it made me wonder, like, dang, dude, because we're in a camp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of made me feel like, because I was with a couple other firefighters and stuff. And anyway,
Yeah.
the food was
Good cooks, man. There's good cooks on
Do you
the
like Firehouse subs?
Nah, they're bullshit. Man.
Whoa.
That was my question.
Take my shit to Subway.
Here's another question. What's the most annoying and like most common like firefighter joke or pun? Like
the hose thing.
The hose thing.
That was your. That was your.
Yeah, probably the pole one.
Yeah.
Did you put
Was it because he said something about the shoes?
Did you
Yeah,
put
you're
her
a
fire
pole
out?
slider,
Shit
yeah.
like that.
Where the hose at?
All right. Out of these two movies, you got to pick one: Backdraft or I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Oh, fucking bastard, bro. Classic,
Does that happen really though?
bro. Backdraft, bro. That's classic, man.
As a firefighter, do you feel left out that there wasn't a firefighter in the Village People?
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Hey, take that dude with the all letter. Get that motherfucker out of there, man.
It's your YMCA.
My last question: have you ever met or do you personally know Fire Marshal Bill?
I don't. I used to do a good impression of him, but I don't do
From
it.
Waas Lamo?
No.
Oh, Fire Marshal Bill, man. In living color.
gosh.
Yeah, what's one from Waas Lamo?
In living color.
That's officer friendly, fool.
No, dude.
No, Marshall Good. No,
They had Sheriff.
You're talking to the guy who doesn't know who Robbie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. You know what I
Nobody
mean?
does. Nobody does.
Who are they?
Robbie, Bobby, Mickey, and Ricky, and Mike.
Yeah.
That's a Bell. That's a
yeah, you're right.
new
Spit it out.
edition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
He had no clue.
Timmy.
Firefighter got lucky guess. It's probably written on the wall. It's
for you,
probably in the
Timmy.
kitchen. It's probably the firehouse wall.
All right, Gregory.
Just like you at the racetrack.
All right, Gregory. Look at your hour there.
fuck,
Hey, you talked about the bomberos doing show and shine.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget to fill up your little beer there. It's a new beer right there. Hey, show and shine and this and that. You're also part of Old Memories Car Club. Tell me about that, man. Tell us about that. Tell us about Old Memories and how you got involved and
Well, I got to give.
what kind of ride do you have?
I got to give shout out to my brothers from Old Memories Car Club. Old Memories is a classic car club. They're all over, man. We got chapters in all over the United States, in Japan, and Australia. There's a chapter in Australia. But
Yeah, that's badass.
So it's a bomb club. So it's got to be 53 and older. I have a 38 Chevy.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
still working on it, man. You know what I mean? I got
I
kids.
know exactly what you mean.
My daughter plays club volleyball, and so I'm still trying to get off the ground, but it's running, driving and stuff. I'm not done with it, but
Labor of love.
Some nice
Chevy.
rides, man. They got some nice rides over there. Old memories.
One of my partners that when he first brought me in is a firefighter. My partner Sam Chavira.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a firefighter. He's got a badass 48 Chevy, man. And we're a small club, a chapter here in Phoenix, man. We just got a new member, so there's 8 of us. 8 of us.
Does it have to be Chevy?
No, it don't have to be Chevy.
Because
My partner's got a Plymouth, a 53 Plymouth.
my tata had a Mercury.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like a 49 or 48. I'm trying to get off my Theo,
Oh yeah.
but he ain't budging.
53 and older, man. Just classic bombs, man. But I'm rooted in the lowrider culture, man. I love bombs. I love lowriders. You know what I mean?
Far back as we know.
Suneva lifestyle,
you know,
bro. You know what I mean? Gotta live that Suneva
Suneva
lifestyle,
lifestyle.
bro.
Yes,
New lifestyle.
that's why
He
we
knows
said
it.
he brought up the Riviera, but I've always loved that Rivi, man. When you guys had that,
Hang
that
on.
ride.
We'll bring up the low ride thing right now. I've got a signal that we're running out of battery. We're going to take a little break. Our
right.
piss break.
Cool.
Come back for a few minutes, right?
Got it.
All right, this is Phoenix Fire Station 59. This is engine 34. This is my truck. I'm the captain on this truck. There's 4 of us on this truck. This is the captain's side right here. This is where I sit. So this is the captain's side. When we get a call, dispatch, we get automatic information on the computer. It's called an MCT. We'll get information like the address, what the call is about, mapping. It routes us into wherever we need to go. We get all that information, and when we start heading out there, that's where we go. You come around the front. We have different hoses on this truck. It's called a front bumper line. We use on car fires and trash fires. This is the engineer side. This is the engineer on the Phoenix Fire Department is the person who drives. I got 2 firefighters that sit in the back. This is what's called an ALS truck, advanced life support. So there's 2 EMTs on this truck and there's 2 paramedics on this truck. Myself and my engineer are EMTs, and my 2 firefighters in the back are paramedics. If you come on this side, these are what we call our crosslays. So these hoses right here, these are the fire hoses that we take inside of a structure fire or a house fire. We just pull these loops out, and we'll pull this line off, and we'll take that nozzle and we'll go inside the house. We'll grab this nozzle and we'll grab these loops and we'll pull it off of the side and we'll go inside. The engineer's job, my driver, he turns the pump on the truck and he works all the valves on this. When we get water to the truck, he sends the water through the truck and through our hose lines, and we go inside the fire. This is our SCBA compartment, self-contained breathing apparatus. This is what we put on our backs. These are our air packs. So when we go inside the interior, we'll put all of our turnout gear on, put our mask on, and then we put our SCBA on, turn them on, and we click in, and we've got about 30 minutes of air that we can go inside a working house fire and breathe air. The back of our truck has all those ladders and more tools in the back. One of the most important tools for us on this fire truck, because this truck is also known as a pumper. Our main function is to go inside. Our job is to go interior on a house fire or a structure fire. Our job is to go inside and put that fire out, and we have to have water. That supply line on the back of this truck. So a fire hydrant, what we call is a plug. We'll find the nearest plug. We can see it on our maps on that computer I showed you earlier. It shows exactly where the plug is, the closest plug. We'll find that. It's called taking the plug. We'll hook up to that using this supply line right here and this humid valve. Firefighter will jump out, hook up to the plug, and send water to the truck. And the engineer will get water inside of the truck and out the fire lines off the side. This truck always has 500 gallons of water, but if we're fighting a big fire like a structure fire or a house fire, we need more than 500 gallons, because if we're in an active firefight, that 500 gallons is gonna only last us about 3 minutes. So we always make sure that we got a good water supply when we're going into a fire. Another important part of this truck is our EMS compartment. Not only is this a fire truck, like I mentioned before, we're EMTs and we're paramedics. Probably 80% of the calls that we run on the Phoenix Fire Department are medical calls. So these are our monitor, our drug box, our O2 box, and our IV box. And we have all our necessary tools to run medical calls, car accidents, chest pains, somebody that just doesn't feel good, deliver babies, you name it. If they call us and they're not feeling good, we take all of our EMS equipment on our EMS calls, and we help people as much as we can.
We're back from break.
Are we?
We
Clap
are.
once
All right.
more.
We're here with the Fosbury flop.
We know who.
Michael Fosbury flop, but that's for next episode. But Greg, we were talking about the lowrider, the old car you got, and the fireman's got. Is that specifically to the fireman?
No. This is a car club he's in.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I didn't know if it was specific to the
No, I
fireman.
mean, but there's a relationship, man. You know,
Okay.
like I said, when I first got into the club, one of my partners, he was one of the guys that I met on early on in the job, Sam Chavira. He's been on the job for a long time, almost 30 years. But he's a lowrider guy. I mean, just he's actually got an episode. If you guys ever seen the lowrider?
Chronicles.
No, it's the
Role model.
Lowrider Role Models. He's
Oh, yeah,
on one
yeah,
of those
yeah,
episodes,
okay,
yeah. But Sam's got a badass 48, man. So when they started the Phoenix chapter for Old Memories, he asked me if I wanted to come in with them. So I've been doing that for like 15 years. We just had our 15th anniversary for the club.
Who DJ'd that?
SeunevA Lifestyle.
All
They came through, man. They got down and shit, man.
Did they
So it
jump
was
over
our-
any walls or anything?
It was out in Tolleson. We had
nice.
at the hall there at the church. So there's just a relationship, man. You know what I mean? Like I grew up. I'm Chicano, man. I grew up. You know, I love lowriders and been trying to build one forever. You know what I mean? But kids take all my money, but you know we got a good club. There's a lot of good dudes, and I love my club because we're small, and everybody's blue collar, right?
Right.
You know, city worker, firefighters, wastewater worker, you know, city worker, retired postman. You know what I mean? One of our brothers works for Arizona Game and Fish. Just older dudes,
Right,
You know what I mean? They just want to get together, have a good time, and
Sweat equity, working at it.
and it's just part of what we do too. And I think people realize it now. Maybe there was that old stigma back in the day, but now the lowrider community does a lot.
Yeah.
for
They
the for the community. You're right. The
And a
lowrider
lot of
culture.
people get it mixed up because
They get it mixed up.
They think it's banging. They
Right,
think it's
right, right, right.
cholos. You know,
Yeah.
doing whatever.
And we-
travesuras or
That's an
whatever.
outside perspective. So
Absolutely.
that's an outside
It is,
perspective.
but you know
'Cause
what?
If you're involved, people are doing good.
Every
things, man.
every
great
lowrider
stuff.
club that I know, and every member that I know of lowrider club, there's so much more to it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Toy
awesome,
drives.
dude.
And we talked about this. I
School
think
drives.
one of our first episodes about we get stereotyped, right? The West Side, whatever. There's more to us, right? We're all the same, but we're all different. You know what I mean? Trying to like leave the world a little better place than we found it. You know what I mean?
And that's what I love about my club. I just love the lowrider community in general, man, because there's, you know, all of us, you know what I mean? Vince got 63, 65, El Camino, you know, we just
66 El
love
Camino.
cars, you know, we try to do good things, and it's kind of what we do, man.
So where'd you pick up this car at?
Georgia's got a 65 truck.
I 38. I used to have a 50 pickup, and then one of my brothers from my club had us picked up on this 38.
Gotcha.
And my truck I could only fit like 2 people in it. So
Yeah.
I always had this, I wanted a car so that I could fit my kids and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
Family cruise.
I sold my truck to my neighbor, one of my partners, and I bought this 38.
It was a nice truck, too.
Dude, so I can relate to the first ride you had. What the
Riviera.
490, the Riviera.
Yeah, the
Buick.
Buick.
So the 66 El Camino that I have,
Yeah.
it was my tata's.
Yeah.
And he bought it brand new, bro,
Brand new.
in California. He brought it over here to Arizona. Ended up being my dad's.
Yeah.
Now it's mine. You know,
Passes on through the family.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not a big El Camino fan, but like
El Caminos are tight, dude.
I learned to love the El Camino.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
But eventually, I want to get a ride where I can throw a couple of my people in it
Yeah.
and roll around instead
Yeah.
of, you know.
Do donuts.
I do donuts
You know?
on 41st. and
Yeah,
Thomas.
right out of gas. And shit.
Yeah. Carb out.
You know,
on it, carb out.
one thing I've been noticing about the car clubs nowadays is even though you're from different car clubs, it seems like everybody gets along, man. Everybody
Yeah.
has a great time. I mean, I remember when I was younger, it was kind of like, those guys over there, we don't associate with them because almost like, a neighborhood thing. But nowadays, it's like all these car clubs, they congregate to like the anniversary you had.
Right.
There was different car clubs there, man, and that was great to see.
Yeah, even the shows out there, and I think that comes with us getting a little bit older.
Absolutely.
too.
Maturity. That's called
We
maturity.
mature.
Yeah,
There may
absolutely.
be somebody that
Yeah.
you maybe banged against back in the day, or a different neighborhood, but you guys are into the same things. You're older. You got kids.
Or
you're
banged a
family.
girl by accident.
You know what I mean?
Not accident, is it?
You're a family man now. You know what I mean? You got different set of values, and that the lowriders kind of bring us together. And then especially when you throw a cause on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, because most of the times these car shows, there's always something behind it, right?
Yeah, it's always like a
Nippers. You know, they did it for the cancer and for the veterans. You know what I mean? The shows that we do, the show and shines, we always try to put a cause behind it because people are coming out, they're bringing their rides, they're having a good time, but we ask them to drop money. So you drop $20 to bring your car in, and we get 900 cars, 500 cars. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not just doing that at greed. We always try to put a cause behind it.
Something
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah. Our next one is coming up in October. We're Old Memories. We have a show and shine that we did. It's pretty successful. The last one. It's in Glendale at the Heroes Park.
it's
So
a
we're
toy
doing-
drive, right?
No, it's just a cruise. It's just a show and shine.
Okay.
But it's $20 to bring your car. It's going to be like the 19th of October. So
Oh,
around
the
that-
one at the park.
The one
Yeah,
at the
that's
park,
right. That
yeah.
was actually one of the.
So we're-
a really nice one, man.
Yeah,
it was
it's
really nice,
big,
man.
and all
last
the
year.
clubs come out, and they drop $20, and that's a lot of money. We had like 500 cars or more there, So this year we're gonna give the money to the Colores, the women's shelter that's right here down the street.
Yeah. Oh, right here,
on the
right
next block.
Yeah.
So
that's
what's
good.
cool is like Central. That was the spot back in the day, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was a little kid, and people were cruising Central before I was born, right?
yeah,
Get a little older, I got to experience the very tail end of Central, and it wasn't the same as like, what you guys experienced. And then 51st and Thomas, that was where I was at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was cracking and everything. So now, I always, being a Glendale kid, dude, downtown Glendale, I always dreamed of like, man, downtown Glendale would be the perfect West Side spot to fucking cruise, dude. And out of nowhere, people started cruising that
do
shit.
it
Like
right
last night I was driving home, and instead of going, and I still live in the old neighborhood. I moved back. I live in the old neighborhood, and instead of going like the fast route to my house,
yeah.
hell no, dude.
The Vuelta.
I throw a little to see who's over there.
But things have changed even from back then. Like when
Yeah.
we cruised on Central, it was just cruising, and there was always some play-out going on
Yeah,
out there, right? There was
something
always something
knuckleheads.
going on. But even now, when we cruise in Tolleson or Glendale, you know what I
And
mean?
that's what I
the
was
vibe
thinking.
is different. It's a good vibe, I think, here, especially in Phoenix. You know what I mean? It's a
is.
cool vibe. People get along. There's always little things that we need to do better. Quick story: the owner. We just had a meeting with the owner of La Perla.
Yeah.
His name is Tafoya. He's a good dude, man. He's sponsoring. He's one of our sponsors coming in for the dance.
Oh, nice.
And they got a little coalition, but their little coalition is to bring and to keep cruisers in Glendale.
Yeah, dude.
Because the
And I'm down with
city
that.
and the business owners recognize that the lowrider community comes out. They spend money. It's good for the city.
Yeah.
It's good for downtown.
The
So they're
revenue.
trying to keep that. But the flip side is that we need to do a better job of taking care of that kind of stuff because
Policing
our people,
ourselves.
Keep
you know what I mean?
pick
Like
up
clean
our
up after
cans,
yourself.
keeping
Clean
it
up.
clean.
Yeah.
respect it, right?
Right.
If the city's willing to let us go and cruise, whether it's downtown Glendale or Tolleson or Grand, we need to do a better job of controlling our own people and making sure that we clean up after
Yeah.
ourselves, that we're not
Pack it in,
leaving
pack
our-
it out.
Exactly, you
For
know what I mean?
reals, man.
Because we make an impact. We make an impact in the community, whether it's just with the money that we raise and where we turn it over to, or just the revenue that we bring when we come out. Because you come out, you spend money, right? You get
Yeah.
downtown Glendale packed, and the businesses are open. People are spending money. They're eating.
Hey,
They're
they
buying
are.
stuff.
And you want to have a positive impact, man.
Positive, man.
Positive. Yeah, definitely.
And that's what
positive.
we should be doing as a Raza. That's what we should be doing as a lowrider community, or for whatever we do. When we go out,
Not even lowriders.
Yeah.
Even if you got
Amen.
a classic car, cruise through
classic,
there, dude.
yeah.
Cruise through there because it's
No, man. You always
all
want
good.
you always want to be positive, bro. You want to leave a positive impact wherever you've been, wherever you left your feet. Your footprints. Make it a positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Old Memories, man. Big shout out to my brothers from Old Memories Car Club Phoenix.
Right on.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Thank you, man.
Nice.
All right.
What you got?
I changed subject, but
You are changing
He had
perception.
the Carl Hayden High School multi-generation reunion. Michael finally got Letterman letter.
Yeah, the
We took it all the way back.
Yeah, we
Falcons.
went last night. Our family alone, including Greg's mom's a Carl Hayden alumni. George's mom,
My mom's a
Carl Hayden
alumni.
alumni, and then in our family alone, I discovered last night that from 1965 to 2000s, we've had somebody attend Carl Hayden High School.
Yeah.
in our family.
There's a whole nother world out there, right?
Right.
So what's in the basket?
I don't know. So last night I went to the me and
Spill
little
it,
Chris,
man.
George's brother. We went to the Decades reunion last night, and
All decades reunion.
all Decades.
That's,
Yep.
that's badass, dude.
Yeah, and I won a couple raffles, and so I got this
Got some
with-
popcorn?
with some Carl Hayden swag in here. So maybe next
Open it
cast-
up. Don't be shy.
Your diploma's in there.
Next. Yeah, I finally got my diploma.
Your hall pass.
Yeah. Your
hall
You finally got your letter for your jacket.
Badminton.
Yeah, so it was a great time, man.
Look
It
at
was-
chess club.
Badminton. He thought he was bad.
Chess club.
On the weeding,
Guy,
on the
you
weeding
weren't
club.
Yeah, so it
You
was
sucked.
It was a really great time, man.
Racket had a hole in it.
I would have to say the 60s and 70s had a strong hold on who attended, but it was good to kick back with the old timers, man. We had a good time. We danced.
Nice.
And, partied. It
I
was
heard
good.
somebody got to dance with the old prom queen again.
Oh,
the
yeah,
old king
yeah,
and queen.
yeah.
Theo?
Yeah, so our uncle, back
Don't
in the
explain
day.
that. Don't explain
Actually,
that. Let it be a mystery.
he won prom king. And last night, actually, he got to dance again once with the prom queen.
Yeah, he told that guy. You remember this move?
I know what that's like, bro. I was a prom king in 1994, bro.
Oh, here we go. Do tell. Yeah. What happened to your hose that night?
Did you get lucky?
Somebody was pulling the hose.
Closest thing I ever got to that shit was the prom fiend.
So you were the king.
Prom king.
Fuck yeah.
Rescue that kitty in the tree.
see, you're
Get that kitty in the tree.
Michael was homecoming prince. Get the fuck out of here.
Prince. Yeah.
Lower court.
So, hey, Greg, what year did you graduate, Carl Hayden?
94.
1994.
And you guys are class of what?
I'm 90.
I'm 92.
1992. Okay.
We're viejos.
And his brother's 94, too, little Chris.
Yeah, me and George's brother graduated
Yeah, Chris.
94,
And
and
then-
then my brother and Vince, they graduated 92.
And I got a picture where Greg was actually the first, before photobombing was in, this guy photobombed me and his brother in the picture.
Like that.
I was always the little brother, just trying to hang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's
Now
good.
you're the big bombero.
Yeah, he's a big bomb.
Trying to do it, man. Just trying to represent.
Let's hear more about the prom queen.
You want to talk about the prom queen?
Yeah, let's talk about the prom queen.
Was she fine?
Are you a chichi man or an ass man?
Come on, man. We can't do that.
Hold on. Time out.
Nah.
Time out.
Ah, fucking
Serious
cut him off that
question.
quick.
My bad. I was out of bounds.
No. Chichis or nalgas? No. Answer. Chichis or nalgas?
Quick rapid response.
Not less.
That's my boy.
How do you tell a fine chino to sit next to you in Japanese? Nagasaki.
Dude. Please don't get this guy started. He'll start texting you
Bad
fucking
jokes.
Bad jokes. And shit.
I just want to say, man, it's always been an honor, and I'm honored to call you my homeboy and partner.
Absolutely.
Always proud of you, you know.
Right on, man.
And I like telling people that I know a fire captain in the city of Phoenix, and I know him well. You know what I mean?
Right on,
I just
brother.
want to thank you for coming on with us. It's been a great interview.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate it,
great
man.
kicking
I love
back.
you guys. You guys are my brothers, man.
Same thing, man.
I'm
Same
I'm
thing.
proud of
Same
you guys that you
sentiments.
guys started this up. You know what I mean? You guys are doing positive things, getting the message out. We're sitting here having a good time bullshitting, but you guys, at the heart, you guys are getting good
Yeah.
people on here, telling our stories and giving good messages, man. So just to put this whole thing together, man, it's cool, man.
Let me
I'm
tell you
looking
real
forward.
quick, though. When I started SeunevA a long time ago, when we started SeunevA a long time ago, this guy was always on board.
Oh, yeah.
He's always been behind us. Where's the new shirt? Where's the new sticker? Where's this, that? What are you going to do? And he's always been on board, man. I appreciate that,
I
too, man,
appreciate
too, on
you
top of
guys,
that, man.
George is my brother, my family DJ. You know what I mean? He
This
does
motherfucker
all our
gonna be DJing
events.
all over the fucking city.
This is your wall jumper.
Hey, man, you're going to do a pickleball. Hey, you're going to do the old folks home next week. What the fuck?
Yeah, whether it's the old memories or bomberos, we're always cool in SeunevA, man. You know what I mean? We're all together.
You know
So,
what? Giving back, it's more than just giving back. It's good for the soul, dude. It's
good for the soul, man.
When you give back, you give it from your heart. and you don't expect nothing back. But you know what? It's good for your soul.
Oh
man.
yeah, it builds
for
you
your
up.
soul.
Man. It makes you feel good. You're just
Hell
doing
yeah.
good things, man. You surround yourself.
firm believer in that.
Surround yourself with good people. You know what I mean? What is that old saying? Show us who your friends are. I'll show you who you are. That's the point, man.
Don't hang
Surround
out with my
yourself
other
good
friends though, because you guys might get the wrong idea about me. Nah.
people. You guys
No,
are
but
doing
you're
good things,
absolutely
man. So I'm
right.
proud of you guys.
You're
man.
absolutely
Thank you.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hey, with that, Greg, thank you very, very much. Thanks
Right on,
for coming.
brother. Thank you.
We're gonna wrap this up. Any last thoughts? Any last words? Or George, you take us out.
Any last words, guys?
Nah, man. Just thanks again. Thanks,
Yes, thank you,
thanks
man.
for coming
Right
in.
on.
And I'd like to say thank you, Greg, man. Thank you. AKA Goyo, AKA Peanut, AKA Gmo, AKA Mr. June,
AKA Homecoming
AKA
Queen.
Slank dog.
Bombero,
Don't forget Slank dog.
AKA Slank Dog, AKA Future Mayor of Phoenix, Arizona. I hear, boom. You said it. I said it here first. Hey, thank you, everybody, for showing up, showing out. SeunevA Lifestyles Podcast. Waas, Sappening. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, and hit that like, subscribe, and follow us. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
That was a good
That's
one.
good shit.
I felt like I was on the actual real podcast.
This is how we do it on the avenue.
We interviewed somebody.